Who remembers what happens last time? There's some.
What
Man,
happens last time?
What happens last time?
what
It's
happened
big.
last time? We made our way to that big city, but before that, there were some golems guarding a book. That when you read the book, it gives you +2 wisdom. It's
That's-
called the Book of Being Super Duper Wise. That's
That-
the official name of it.
That makes sense to me.
we had to fight 2 iron golems, and boy were they annoying to fight because they resisted all of my shit until I said fuck you and I made Call Lightning appear, and then I stole 2 kills from someone.
That's true.
Then we went to a city and had a beach episode and a bath.
I mean, basically.
I read books and got no progress on finding out about the aqueducts.
That's
We also
true.
got no progress on any bitches either.
That's not true.
Damn.
Cora's
Why?
probably.
No progress.
No,
Cora's
This
baby.
is the
Cody
city we
wins
seek.
today.
Cora's probably laying
this
dead.
is the city we seek. So
It is true.
He's an
there'll be
expert.
plenty of reading bitches.
You
Get it?
have
Read bitches. Because you're in the library reading.
you have arrived in the city of Parzula, the holy city. Parzula, led by the Bishop Usul, by far the wealthiest city in the entire world as far as you know. The center of trade between Bayaz, Kumlahar, Genma Dynasty, and Stahlreich. There's all sorts of... there's any item, service that you can imagine in this city. Depraved and otherwise. It's the type of place where anything's possible as long as you got enough money. However, you're not here for just a good time. You're here with a singular purpose. You do believe that one of these items of prophecy is held within the city. And you know, and that's sort of what you're here for. And you suspect it has something to do with the underground, basically water system, the sewage and aqueduct system. There are 3 aqueducts that lead into the city, feeding down into what are basically sewers, a sewer system that carries water throughout the city, and also sort of pushes water up through fountains, and there's all sorts of stuff like that. It's a very wealthy city in the heart of the desert.
Nick told me he's just leaving his mom, so he might not make it at all.
That's that's fine. Yeah. You started doing some research as best as you can, learning about the aqueducts and the sewage system, and you saw that M had left the airship after it had docked at the airship docks, one of the few cities in the world to have actual airship docks made specifically for airships. And that's kind of where you are, essentially, is in the city trying to find out exactly what to do next, what exactly you want to undertake to discover this item and hopefully deal with the Bishop Usul, because he basically owns the entire city. It's his dragon horde.
Whoa, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, it's sus.
It's pretty sus.
Couple of
Karakwa in the
sussy
middle of a
bacas.
bath, cleaning his scales of sand, says, "That's pretty sus."
Yuck, yuck. It's me, Karakwa.
Howdy,
Look,
guys.
Karakwa here to save the day.
You know what I always say? That's pretty sus.
Watch me use my normal catchphrase.
You
Fuck you.
you do know
Also-
that the city is basically divided along a river, with one side having these big black granite buildings, the other side having these sort of white marble and sandstone buildings, and currently there are quite a few refugees in Parzula. They've kind of been pushed to the crappier parts of the city, because they're refugees. They sort of got shuffled over there.
Because they're crappy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of being
all crappy am alone if you feel
they're being
crappy
treated that
am
way,
alone.
kind of. And the wealthiest states are sort of up farther up the river, where the cleanest water flows in. So yeah, that's the general layout of the city.
Fantastic.
Well, it might help if I was in the game.
Nah.
100% theater of the mind right here. That's okay. Henley and someone else is not in either.
Where
I
is
don't feel
my
bad.
mind?
I'm not even there. I wasn't there last week, so I don't know where we are.
Parzilla.
Parzilla.
Well, yeah.
We went to a
Where's the
bathhouse. You came along because your girlfriend wanted to. So
Of course.
you're with us. There you go.
She's always dragging me to shit that I don't always want to do.
You
Yeah,
don't-
for some reason you kept like dipping your head in like the water, like one of those like drinking birds, and kept drinking the bath water. It's real awkward.
No, that makes sense though. Never mind. I checked it
Imagine
out.
Henley just like doggy paddling throughout the bath, having the absolute time of his life.
There's some big old public baths that
You
everyone.
guys go in the bath? You guys go in water for fun?
My God,
There's like Turkish baths and stuff.
crazy dude.
With less shit though.
Like,
Or
why do I
more
want
if
to
you want.
bathe? Do you know how long it's gonna take to get this musk back?
That's
Oh,
true.
that's
It's like I've
true.
been working on that for a long time.
I've been working on
It
these
keeps the-
musky werewolf balls that stink up the White House for years.
It keeps the deer near me.
Boy,
They come to investigate.
we're yeah, great, fantastic.
I can just picture like Henley standing in the middle of the woods, perfectly still with his balls out, and the fucking deer comes up and licks him like a salt lick, and just falls over dead.
No!
It's like.
Did you guys actually go to the refugee district last time or not?
I think
Yeah.
that-
We didn't
I
go,
think
like
it was
we didn't
like,
play the
there,
game.
there was the
like
pl-
that's-
there was the plan to go to it.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna go help Reed look at books. So mine's not too entertaining. Perhaps
Look
the,
at
the
books.
district is a little bit more entertaining.
Do you ever wanted to help someone look at a book?
Yeah.
Well, there's a ton of them, so.
I mean,
Yeah.
not really. I can't say I've ever wanted to do that.
It's okay.
Is he putting in? Bam, bam. Is that ring?
Put in the library map so we can fight the books for information.
Gain
gonna
knowledge on
interrogate
the
a book?
book.
Yes.
Here's
I
me
want to cast
casting gain
intimidate.
knowledge on the book.
Yes.
No,
yes.
I want to cast intimidate on the book. I want to like interrogate it and make it give me its knowledge.
That makes sense.
That's how that works, right?
Something like that.
Ooh,
Ooh. Oh
I like it.
my God! The holy city of
It's
Parzula.
Parzula, the holy city of Pentagulia. Do you ever play Lunar? Eternal Blue, Lunar 2?
No, but this city
That's not
looks
real
like a.
and you made it up.
That's not
This
true.
city looks like a ball sack.
You're a ball sack.
You're a double ball sack.
It
I
smells musky.
Wish.
Alright,
The fucking picture, the Arbiter's balls would smell bad, but in a hot way.
we got,
When he uses active camouflage, you just smell him before he shows up. Ugh.
See like the green clouds surrounding him like an aura.
Fantastic. We're making a lot of progress, aren't we?
it's true. Alright, you, have the city at your control. I know, some of you are heading south to the refugees, and it's not too hard to find it. What is annoying is you're constantly being heckled by people that are trying to sell you just pretty much everything you can imagine. Beaded
Oh,
bracelets, some of them are basically selling like scraps of cloth that they swear have come from the Bishop Usul's robes, but whenever you look at how many they've got, you're like, Wow, he must have had a lot of robes cut up because they've got just tons and tons of them in various different colors.
Just
Is
like the
that
religious-
their version of Gamer Girl bathwater.
I mean,
Nah,
kind
I
of.
was gonna-
Except it
I was
doesn't
gonna
even.
say
It's Gamer Girl
basically.
bathwater all the way down.
It doesn't even have. At least the Gamer Girl bathwater was probably like Gamer Girl bathwater. These are look like
Gamer
just
girl.
scraps
Yeah.
of cloth that they've
I don't know if-
chopped
Like it
up.
doesn't
I
even,
don't know
it doesn't
if
even
I-
taste like Gamer Girl. It tastes like Hindley.
I don't know if I trust the gypsy robes. Sorry.
But they're sort of aggressively like, you look like you could use blessings. Buy a piece of the Bishop Ulsul's robes and have good luck for the rest of your days. And that sort of thing, as they sort of try to make that happen, as you kind of have to push through them. Likewise, however, whenever you try to move into the back alleyways, it is a stunning maze of just small corridors through through sort of dirty buildings in the back ends, and the alleyways stink of like trash and refuse and things that have been thrown out. It's annoying because walking through the actual alleyways themselves gives you a whole new issue to deal with, as people come up to you and say things. My, oh my, you look quite lost here. Perhaps you're looking for someone to lead you through this tangled web. I'll do it for a low cost of 1 gold piece per person. I'll get you to your destination, you can be sure.
Is he talking to all of us?
Yes,
That is it. The,
Oh.
Okay.
you end up dealing with hecklers and people trying to sell you or exploit you no matter where you go in Parzula.
Molt off a couple of scales and try to sell it back to them.
Look at this cat. Rick has become a cat.
Oh, finally, Rick
Yep.
is good now.
You've upgraded.
We have
We've
upgraded.
Rick went from bussy to pussy in 1 step.
Good. Hopefully he won't bitch as much anymore.
It's a cat. What do you expect, Max?
That one got me. That fucking damn.
Your portent dice is a 9.
Oh my god.
Do we, I was gonna ask about that. Do we get the portent dice even if what's her name isn't like actively with us?
As long as you have
that's how
access
it's
to the
always
airship.
been working.
Okay. The idea is one of us is stopping by.
Yeah, as long as you have access to
less
the airship, you have access to the portent die.
Okay.
And
Yeah. As for the fucking hecklers, like Klaus, just familiar with all this shit, just keeps walking forward. Doesn't even acknowledge any of them. They're just noise.
all right, I am gonna need you to, whoever has the highest intelligence, to roll an investigation check.
That's definitely not
I
Ito.
mean, Tommy's taking a shit.
Uh-oh.
It's probably Aruna, but
It probably
He-
is Tommy. Yeah.
he is indisposed.
She's taking a spooky dookie.
She's pushing them out.
Her intelligence is easily a 20.
Okay, you can do a charisma survival check.
How does that work? Because I'll do
it's
that.
it's a
but
it's a charisma check, and so you add your proficiency if you're proficient with survival.
That's not good for me either.
I can do that, but I don't know if I'm proficient. Hold on. I don't think I
Are you proficient in survival or not?
Let's open up your thing.
I'm open.
Let's take a look and see. Look around
Survive.
me.
Well, I have half proficiency.
So you're half
'cause I'm
proficient,
close.
so you'd add half your proficiency. It's
Okay, off
it's
of
a
a
survival
charisma
check
check?
that's based off charisma
So am I just making a charisma check with half?
with half proficiency.
Okay. So that'd be +7. So I got a 4. Wait,
I'll be right back.
it already did +7. That's weird. That's odd. That should have been a 19.
Why should it have been a 19?
Because I have a plus 15 to my charisma.
It's not. It's your.
Plus 15 to charisma.
It's not your persuasion.
Oh, that's my saving throw. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
just
looking
your
at the stats.
charisma. So your charisma's probably what, +5 right now?
+5, yeah.
All right, so it'd be d20 +5 plus half your proficiency, which at what level 15 is like 5
So
I
2.
think.
or 2. So
So 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 2 is 11. Okay.
This is the equivalent of like a streetwise check to try to find your way around the city.
Good old Streetwise, that needs to come back.
Good old streetwise.
Thanks, Pathfinder 2.
You end up getting nowhere, as you spend almost an hour walking through the streets, avoiding hecklers. Every now and then they come up. You either have to dissuade them or intimidate them away. On more than one occasion, you find that there's a couple of sticky-fingered pickpockets that try to find their fingers into your various pockets and pouches. For the most part, it doesn't seem like you lose anything, however, as you're pretty easily able to catch all of them. Even so, there's little to do for recourse, because that's just kind of the way things are in Parzula. You can hail down a guard, but they'll tell you to be more careful and just keep an eye on your shit. So after an hour, you've made little progress getting to actual refugee district. Unfortunately, that means... Is Tommy back yet?
Tommy is back.
Alright.
Unfortunately.
You can give me a charisma investigation check.
The charisma investigation check.
Yes.
What are we doing?
You're trying to find your way to the...
Charismatically.
We're essentially doing versions of streetwise checks to find the refugee district, because Parzula is a massive city with a obscure and strange layout, almost intentionally so. And
Gotcha.
you're trying to find your way there without hiring like a guide, like a native guide, just to lead you through the city, essentially.
I got an 18.
Alright. Putting your head down, you spend another half an hour or so making your way. Generally, you kind of know the direction of it. You know it's close to the river, or it's at the far end of the river, at the mouth of it, where it feeds into the actual sea itself. And every now and then you're able to pop out and find that you are making progress along the winding blue ribbon that slowly turns basically vaguely darker shades of brown as more and more basically garbage and sewage feed into it. I mean, it's like it's kind of like a river in like India. It's
Yeah, that's fair.
It's got progress as you move farther down. There's just more and more kind of trash that gets piled into it, and so you're able to follow that general direction. Eventually, the buildings themselves, they're made of much the same materials. Sort of white sandstone, this light-colored sandstone and light-colored marble, but the actual architecture of it is smaller, it's less grand. You can see many of the buildings have cracks, places that have collapsed walls. People scratch out and eke out a meager existence here. The hecklers here are less prominent. Things are a little bit quieter for the most part. You can see very more familiar looking faces. The people of Parzula are usually very sort of dark-skinned, with the sort of black hair and brown eyes. You see people that are clearly from Stalreich, generally paler skinned, lighter hair, lighter eyes. A lot of times, slightly heavier builds and things like that. most of them seem to mind their own business. Whenever they see you approaching, they just keep their heads down and keep doing what they were doing. Some of them appear to be, you see people sewing, you see cobblers, you see a smith off to one side with a very small forge in a half-collapsed building. It has a feeling of quiet desperation about it as you step into it. What would you like to do in the refugee district?
I don't even know who's here except me because Connor's got his headset off. And everyone else is up. Beaver, you here?
I'm here. I'm trying to think.
I know it was your idea.
I had a plan.
plan.
I had a plan last week, and I just can't remember what the fuck it was.
Yeah. Oh, we got
Things
Adelaide too. Adelaide could probably do some stuff.
Yeah.
Do you remember what Beaver's plan was last week, Connor, for coming to this district?
Well, I don't think I
They can
shared
say.
the plan with anyone.
Ito and Klaus were gonna go to the refugee camp, right?
Yeah, you're
which
in,
is
you're
what
in
we're
the
doing.
What we're
refugees.
gonna accomplish.
You're there right now.
Yeah.
We're going to Camp
I
Refugee.
thought we were looking for someone, but I don't know who we would be looking for.
Long story short,
think
I
was-
got
I
us
think I
here,
was just
but
on the lookout. I think I was just on the lookout for like people fucking over the refugees.
Colin, I remember you mentioned that the quality of the water decreases. How is that maintained with the river, or is it the aqueducts?
The aqueducts range from above the river, because the river runs from west to east, east to west, so the western part of the river that feeds into the actual sea itself.
Okay, so this map that we're looking at is rotated.
Yes.
Okay.
And so it's the shitty water's down here and the good water's up here, but there's also aqueducts that feed into three other parts of the city.
Got it. Okay. I mean, I feel like maybe if we just mingle around with the refugees, we'll figure something out. You know, Parzula's a long way to come.
Yeah, we're bound to find someone.
I
Trying to
said-
take advantage.
The air, like I said, there is an air of quiet desperation in the refugee district. People trying to scratch out a meager existence. Like I said, you see like people doing vague work, like you got cobblers and tailors and smiths, and however, you don't run into so many people trying to aggressively push random magic items on you, or relics or things like that. After. And you stick out kind of like a sore thumb. You don't have the air of someone that feels like they belong there. Someone that's like comfortable there. Obviously. And someone picks up on that. There is, as you sort of walk around, you don't have to wait for more than 15 minutes before a human, he, like I said, does not look like... He definitely does not look like he's a native of Beas Kumlahar or Parzula. Like I said, he does not bear that sort of darker features. He's a bit stockier, a bit sturdier. As he comes up to you and smiles gently and says, "You're looking a little bit lost. First time?"
Are we all here?
No, I think it's just me and Cloud.
It's whoever
no,
wanted.
we're here.
It's whoever
'Cause I had a
wanted to
good-
go to the refugee district.
Fuck, because I
So
had a good
it's
line.
Klaus, Adelaide, and Ito.
Do I
Oh.
recognize that?
Wait, then
action?
why did I do a check to get us here?
I don't know.
If
I
we're
thought
not all together.
someone said Aruna was with them. So
Well, guess what?
Nope.
Me and Karak, we're here now, motherfuckers.
No one has any idea what's going on, least of all Colin.
like I said, all I know is some people are going to the. Some people said they want to go to the refugee district, so I started talking about going to the refugee district. I have no
Go
clue
ahead
who
and
went there.
Hit him with your quote, Karak, while I've inserted us.
You've inserted us. No, this is not the first time we've been asked if we're lost.
Do I recognize this guy's accent?
You can roll a investigation check or a history check.
I would prefer to roll history. Never mind, I got an 8.
No, he actually doesn't sound like he has much of an accent at all, to tell you the truth.
Wait, I'm
It's
a
not
moron.
it's not super heavy.
Ito wouldn't even pay attention to that question. He would just keep on walking.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep on walking. I'm not. I don't even think Ito would think this guy was talking to him.
You walk away, but he says, whoa, 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 I was just trying to... I mean, you look a little bit lost, like you've never been here before. You know, I've seen, more than a dozen people, you know, wandering the refugees, lost, haven't been uprooted from their homes, not sure exactly what to do next, just grateful they were able to get away from whatever was coming.
I'm gonna turn around and smile and cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay. He seems... I mean, his thoughts are on the surface. Seems like he's just trying to help some newcomers, because he knows what it's like to be uprooted and forced out of your home and not sure what to do.
Well, we certainly don't fit that description, but I appreciate you for helping those that are, or those that do.
Well, alright, well, if you need anything, you know, the people here are pretty willing to help. There's not a lot of work, but we can set you up with a job, helping each other out. Like I said, we're mostly trying to get by with the bare essentials. We've got some tailors, cobblers, smiths, chefs, and the like. If you're looking for something to eat, it's scant, but they do provide some bread and soup for you. Usually handed out every morning at 7, every night at 7. So I wish you luck. I hope that you find yourselves on your feet in the city. It's a big place. So, and also mind your coin purses and the like. But if you don't seek any further help from him, he sort of turns and he starts walking down the street. As he walks down the street, he often talks and he'll stop and like talk to people, check on them, pats them on the back. Like I said, it just seems like he's genuinely a helpful guy that is also a refugee.
Now.
It seemed like Beaver was gonna try to say something in the middle of that.
Yeah, I think Beaver was saying
well, then, what do you want to say?
I already lost it.
Oh no.
But he puts his head down and goes on his way if nobody, you know, seeks out any particular help from him.
I think I was gonna ask you, what do the people need? Like, I see there's a whole lot of, well, nothing to work with here, but there's got to be at least something that they desperately need taken care of.
I mean, besides hope? That'd be a good
Yeah, besides
one. That'd be a good start, but we're just scrounging by trying to, well, you know, we always need things like food and clothing. We stuck repurposing clothes that we find on the street sometimes. A lot of people come here and their clothing's not exactly suitable for this climate, I guess you could say. It's a lot hotter than they expect it to be. So they
a lot colder.
sometimes they're looking for you know, better clothing to match the general heat. There's always a need for, I mean, like I said, opportunities, shoes, everything you could imagine. We need it.
Okay, because I mean, I've just got the gold.
All I have is money.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for like, if I can I take this sum of money that I can. I mean, I know money helps.
What? If you mention money, he says, well, that's a start at least, to be sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Parzilla is a place where money can make things happen. The problem is...
There's also a place where money can disappear.
Indeed. The problem is, a lot of times there's I mean, people don't have a lot. Not everyone has a lot. Everyone, and if they do have a lot, they're not in the refugee quarters, that's for sure. I mean, and just traveling here, they nickel and dime you, they copper and silver you, I guess the equivalent of nickel and dime.
Shut up.
Through tolls, through taxes, because that's, you know, what Parzilla does. If you want to travel on the roads, guess what? Paying a toll. You want to live in the city? You're paying a toll. You're paying a tax. Same way, like, they were trying to get you to pay to be escorted through the city so they could show you the way. That's what Parzilla is. So they can really, like, you know, take gold out of you.
This place sounds awful, and I hate it here.
It's great if you've got money, which you do.
Yep.
Hmm.
We're fine.
I have a hard enough time acclimating myself to some of the other cities we've been in. This one, with such the large, distinct divide between those with and without, is distressing. Along with just the amount of people here in itself.
I'm just walking around realizing that maybe I was onto something with my island. We don't exactly have as much of this problem. Granted, our population is also vastly
That's true.
lower.
The population of the Ile de Royhan is like,
A couple thousand,
yeah, so it's like
a tenth,
no, it's like 100.
100.
Maybe more.
Jesus. You're for some backwater shithole, Connor.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing is like Ito's, because I think this was before Klaus, but he was the Pauper Lord because he has really weird fucking ideas.
Is he the Ice Town Lord?
No, like he would like he serves his servants food and like they use their taxes to help their I literally wrote this up one day. They use their taxes to find whoever is going the longest without like a profit, and they funnel money back into that person. So shit like that.
Get out of here with that bullshit. This is all
Very few people go hungry on the Ile de Royhan.
Parzilla is all about capitalism. That's why they're so wealthy.
Bunch of communists.
Yeah, basically, Ito's a commie bastard.
And that's why they're so
My God.
powerful, too. Alright. Oh, and I guess because they have an ancient...
Yeah, I feel like the Blue
like
Dragon's
lore.
got to count for something, right?
That's also helpful. But, the person, like I said, he answers you truthfully, and with the Tectos, you don't get any kind of lies from him or anything like that.
Does detect thoughts apply in a radius around me?
I mean,
It wouldn't just target that one guy. Do I get anything of remark?
It says you read the thoughts of a certain creature.
Is it
one
one
creature.
Okay. I think I'm thinking of something different.
but he's just,
Oh, and as an
I
action,
think-
each of you turns until the spell ends. So it lasts for 1 minute. You can focus your mind on any creature within 30 feet of you for 1 minute.
Could I do that for a minute? Just kind of like bounce it around and just to see if anything catches my interest.
Sure, you sort of ping pong it around. Like I said, the initial detect thoughts from this man is straightforward. It's very much on the surface. He's just like I said, a guy trying to help out people that have gotten into a shitty or stuck in a bad situation, just like he's kind of stuck in a bad situation. Moving around for the most part, it is people that are just trying to you feel their worries and you feel their worries about where are they gonna get food, how long can I keep a roof over my kid's head, was this the right place to go? Should we have taken our chances in Stahlreich? Maybe we could have hid, that sort of thing. Did we make the right choice? That's just the general feeling that you get from here.
I need you to ease the citizens' minds and tell them that everything's gonna be okay.
If I could finish my ping-ponging on Adelaide, see how she feels.
She feels
Oh no, here we go.
Horny.
yeah, she's like, man, I sure could go for some girl's musky balls right now.
Delicious.
God damn.
She is
What's that
clearly.
good spank?
You don't even have to, like, even detect her thoughts. You can see her lips are pulled back in a sort of tight mask as she tries not to really show her emotions, but she is upset. These are her people, after all. She feels some responsibility for the fact that they're here. She feels like she wants to do something, but she's not really sure what to do. But yeah, I mean, she's certainly not happy about it.
Sure.
It's not like she's like, look at these fucking pores, idiots. Just
I mean,
have
that's
more
an
money,
improvement.
Fivehead.
That's an improvement over previous instances.
I mean,
Um,
she's been growing
You're
and changing.
homeless. Just
Is
buy a house.
Get a house.
Get Paris Hilton.
Well, like,
Again,
it's
stop
hard.
being poor.
Just get some money from your
Is
dad.
the refugee camps exclusively refugees from our war, or are there people from other parts of the world here as well?
It is almost entirely from Stahlreich's war. However, there are refugees from other places. There are
Okay.
refugees from the Jinma dynasty. There's always conflicts in the Jinma dynasty. Very minor for the most part.
Okay.
So there are just a handful of them there. But
I
yeah,
forgot about
that's pretty much who it is
Yep.
Stahlreich.
That's up there with the what is it? Was it Melania Trump with the "Like I Even Care" shirt?
Jesus.
Just get some
So
money.
good.
Just get some money from your dad.
Just buy a house.
Just buy a house. God, so sad. I feel so bad for them. Is there any way we can get them in touch with like their parents? Stuff like that.
She says this as we walk by a fucking big ass orphanage full of kids.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't feel like Parzula has orphanages.
Not
Yeah.
anymore, it doesn't.
All of the orphan children become lovable gangs of cockneyacks and pickpockets.
Oh no, Colin, we've been bamboozled. Colin enters his magical realm at a slow burn.
It's true.
Mhm.
All they've got is a pocket full of dreams.
Pocket full of sand.
Is the wealth section just indicative of where the wealth is, or is it actually called wealth?
No, that's just indicative of where it
Okay.
is.
Okay. Yeah. No. That's all I can think of doing. I'm really annoyed. I know Klaus and I wanted to come here for some reason, but I cannot for the life of me remember why.
Well, I thought I was gonna end up picking a fight with someone or improving some kind of infrastructure. So I mean, at least
No,
I
I don't
know
think we have any chance in
I
hell
can
of doing
take
that.
I can take my well. I mean, I can take my blank check to the vault. Maybe we can get some administrator down here.
Perfect.
There you go.
I've got enough money to do at least something. Just give someone funds and make things happen. I'm just not gonna give it to someone on the street.
Well, maybe on top of looking in
I mean, I have.
sewage and stuff, we can, poke around the richer people also, because we kind of blend in. Find who's actually
You know
like
what?
a
Actually,
good
I am gonna do
beneficiary.
something. I am gonna do something because I feel like with Nick not being here, this is kind of a side game. I want to keep pinging my detect thoughts around, and I want to see if anybody who's here in the refugee camp is missing someone. like that got left behind in Stallreich or someone.
All right. I mean, people that got left behind in Stallreich?
Like someone where that is a surface thought that they're missing someone. I'm kind of trying to maybe make use of the sending spell.
There are, as you sort of move through, Adelaide talks about, you can see, she says, perhaps, I mean, I do have some jewelry and things I could sell. I imagine I could get rid of them and give the gold to the people here. I don't think it's much doing me good.
I would caution Adelaide that while that sentiment is frankly admirable, and I think a year ago we wouldn't have heard that from you, I don't know if it would amount to anything other than making you a target.
I don't imagine they have to know it was me.
In a city like this, you should assume there are more eyes on you than you can see.
I go
There are
like
never
Steinhurst and I make her appear.
There are never eyes on Denzel.
Oh my god, Rick, that was delightful.
Henley, ever since we've completed your soul-searching quest, you've become more of a joke character.
It's true.
What's happening?
He had his one avatar moment, now he's just hilarious. We put him in a tux and it's all been downhill from there.
Well, it's more like Tommy, you weren't there for the beginning, right? No, you weren't.
No.
He was very like quiet and like back. And I think it's more him coming out of his shell where he's become like just more comfortable.
All
I
right.
get that.
You continue to ping pong thoughts, looking for something unusual.
And
On
let
the
me know how many
surface.
spell slots that I might need to use for that.
I'd say you need probably 5 minutes worth of detect
So
thoughts.
5 spell slots, okay.
Woo!
That is a lot.
Sure hope we don't get into a fight.
As you make your way down this corridor through the refugees, realistically 5 minutes is not a lot of distance through the refugee quarter. This thing is huge. It's a large portion of the
Hang on,
section
it's been
of the-
we've long rested, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, hold on, let me
Right.
I mean, you should be fine.
Sure hope we have.
Because it was after the fight, there was a solid, week of travel. You get a curious ping, a curious thought, from an unexpected source as you're just kind of scanning around. You see you feel nervous. Someone's nervous. Very nervous. Like they're trying to avoid attention. As you sort of look and you see there is a man that's sort of off to one side. He is basically looking around. In this area there is very little traffic where he's standing. Most people are ignoring him as he sort of continues looking around as if he's trying to make sure no one's watching him.
Okay. If I'm gonna kind of like walk. I want to approach him, but like indirectly. I kind of want to slowly walk past him, but then act like I just kind of glanced and noticed him, so I don't spook him.
Are you trying to make it so he doesn't notice that you look at him, or you want him to notice that you look at him?
I want him to notice me approaching, but not like I'm like being aggressive.
Menacingly.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like
walking at me menacingly.
yeah.
He's gonna be cool.
I'll let you do a stealth check or a performance check.
It's or a performance check.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder which one I'm gonna pick.
One of them's quite a performance. You're intentionally trying to make it to appear to be something, so.
Oh shit, we are in Egypt,
That's
Cody. Are we
28.
hunting Dio?
Oh my
Oh
God.
fuck.
As you approach, you can see he almost presses himself up against the wall, like leaning away from you. It doesn't look like he's trying to like outright hide himself, but it's more like he's trying to just not distract you. and he sort of lowers his head, slunches his shoulders up a little bit. You can see he does sort of look over his shoulder at you as you walk by, before he puts his head down and continues waiting there, sort of nervously.
I apologize. I didn't mean to spook you. Are you all right?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Are you all right?
I can tell when you're when someone is hiding the truth.
That's
what's
a
bothering?
good trick. You could probably use it to make quite a bit of money. Have you thought about heading to the clerics or maybe the clergy? They might appreciate that.
I have very little interest in the clergy of this city.
Well, you could probably sell a talent like that anywhere. But he sort of smiles and he says, "It's a really nice day today, isn't it?"
No.
Type of day
It's a
for
bit hot. But
nice
I'm
day
told
for a
that's
walk.
normal here.
It's a nice day for a walk, right? And he starts walking away.
Can I? Oh shit! How far away is he, Colin? Well, I guess Connor went up by himself. To be fair.
Nice day for a walk. It's nice to meet you. And he just puts his head down and walks away.
Colin's gonna just drain me of spell slots.
If Ito gives me the nod, I will stop the guy.
No, Ito's gonna nod at Aruna. Aruna's gonna disintegrate it.
Yeah,
Goes
I'll
back
tell
and
him.
he's like, wait, I thought that's what you meant.
He won't be moving.
I mean, I'll tell him if you want me to.
I mean, we could.
Yeah, actually, Klaus, go follow that guy. But like, don't let him see you, because we don't want to scare him. I'm actually trying to help this guy. Oh, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna. We're already setting up for the worst.
If you are going, if you're just trying to follow him, it's a stealth check. Without being
Do I
stealth.
also
roll
stealth
below
check?
like a 32 on that or some shit?
If you
Do
are,
am I also
That's a
stealth
30.
check?
if you're trying to follow him without being seen, it's a stealth check.
I'm not trying to follow the dude. I'm trying to keep up with Klaus,
And you don't.
who
But
I'm assuming is much more adept at this than I am.
yeah, like I said, if you're just
Yeah, I
trying
rolled a
not to
30.
be seen, it's a stealth check because
Okay.
you're still stealthing along.
14.
I mean, that's not that bad. So
Wait.
Okay.
Do I have weird armor? I can't remember.
You've got-
No, I
what?
got rid of my old armor. Yeah, I'm good.
Do I get from you, Ito, for one? Your aura.
Fucking Klaus just vanishes
Oh, it's a
into
saving throw,
the
never
crowd.
mind.
Yeah, Klaus vanishes into the crowd. Aruna and I are fucking stumbling through people saying, excuse me, excuse me.
indeed.
I don't know. Can I track him?
Yeah, he's not that hard to track. It's more they're just trying to not be seen tracking him.
We're not
Yeah.
trying to spook him. Because this guy looks like he
Wait, I
needs
know. I
help.
meant Klaus.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'm following.
Let me try. Let me try to survival check to follow him. So that for them. Nope, I got 13. Never mind.
It's not, like I said, it's not that hard to keep up with them for the most part. As they're trying to keep their head down and keep stealthing. You do see the guy every now and then. Klaus, you have to stop as he throws his head over his shoulder, looking around nervously. Since you are at the front, Klaus, I want you to give me a perception check.
I believe in you.
You did it. You're the winner.
I can
Oh,
roll
yeah.
a D8 on top of that if I need to.
Also,
You can go ahead and roll D8 on top of it. Then.
What
What's
was
our
our
important
important?
die?
Yeah, I forgot.
Nine.
It was a 9.
Nine.
Okay.
And remind me, that's 9 flat. We don't add
Yeah.
anything to it.
No,
right?
it replaces a dice, so it's 9. If you
Oh.
roll a, it's always been that way, Connor.
Yeah,
I've only made use of it once. Sorry.
It's another episode of Connor finds out about a thing we've been using for the past year. for
I've
the first
I've
house.
always thought that it was just it replaced the result.
It
not
just
the die.
replaces the dice roll.
Okay. Shit, that's way
Alright,
different.
so that's a 19 perception.
All right. He, you can see he looks over his shoulder and then he tries to very stealthily just like dodge into an alleyway. And for the most part, people don't notice him, but you see him. As he winds his way down a very thin alleyway, a twisting alleyway that moves between buildings with shade cast from overhanging like fabric and things like that. There's even a couple of small tent stalls that have been set up here, tents where people are living in. As he moves between them, he comes to a simple wooden door that has a torch outside of it as he looks around to see if anyone's following him. And he still doesn't notice you're 30, so he goes, just sort of knocks twice, pauses for a moment, and then the door, you can see there's a small panel on the door that sort of slides open. There's a couple of words, very quiet words that are muttered. And then the door closes, or the little slide door closes and the door opens up. And he steps inside this small doorway. Closes behind him.
Hey, Ita, did you catch that?
That's a Colin question.
It was for whoever was at front. So Klaus, you're the only one that saw it.
Yeah, no. Klaus, if you rolled a
Okay.
30, Aruna and I are struggling to keep up with you.
I'm still trying to like keep you guys updated as best I can, like over the earpiece as we're tracking them. Well, while also simultaneously shit talking how bad you guys are at this. I mean, seriously, how hard is it to keep up?
Hey, I could
Okay,
keep up with
so-
you if I could see you.
You can disintegrate it at any time, Aruna. I'm just reminding you. You've done it before.
I've done it before
Yeah,
and
I
I'll
should-
do it again, god damn it.
You didn't do a good enough job the first time. What makes you think you do it twice?
Oh
Damn.
shit, that's true.
Anywho.
Scotch there.
I didn't have disintegrate
Anywho.
last time. It's not fair.
Yeah, that's true. Were you even high enough level for that?
No.
Trust me,
think so,
if
yeah.
if she had been, you would have been.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But anywho, so he just walked up to this house here, knocked on the door, and after a little hush conversation through the slide, he stepped in. So what's the next play? Do we watch the house? Do we try to go in?
You heard of a spell called Knock, Klaus?
No.
The fireball before. Fireball is the same as knock in my book.
Shit,
Aruna.
behind you. You called? Did you need me?
Aruna,
Reach, bang, and clear. Yes.
can you summon your little friend?
I mean, I can, but I don't know how sneaky a snowy white owl is going to be. I need
How long
time
does
to
it
make
take
it not
to-
an owl. If that's what we want to do.
Not an owl.
I can
I
break the
feel-
door down.
While I appreciate your gusto, Henley, I don't know if that is applicable here. Is Adelaide with us? Did she follow us?
Yes, she followed towards the back, and she says, have you just tried, I don't know, knocking on the door and asking them what the hell's going on? Sometimes a straightforward approach is an approach.
I hate when she's right.
Do you want me to do that?
I mean,
No.
I mean,
no, no, no.
you also you also potentially dealing with criminals. You might get shot with a crossbow. Just saying.
Not by
Sometimes
Ito.
knocking on the door works.
Ito has
sometimes
one of
doesn't.
those. You better be careful.
Nope, Ito won't do it. You know he won't.
I mean,
He's already forgotten that he has a crossbow.
You know, we have a druid that's turned into a spider about 1,000 times that could
That's
just like
true.
sneak around.
Who?
I look at Alec Cool who's walking into a wall because he's
Because he's an
disconnected.
NPC.
He's doing idle animations.
I mean, if you want someone to sneak, I can polymorph, but Karakwa
did-
can just, you know.
Did this
Maybe
guy
try to do, like, a
have?
fly and like fly in when they open the thing?
Did this guy have anything like? Was he wearing anything of note that I could maybe use
He
locate
was
object on?
Fuck ass naked.
not that you saw. Just for off the top of your head, not that you saw.
Okay,
You would
no,
have to
that's
do some
fine.
more closer.
And you said this
perception of
guy
it.
was like, this guy was sketched out of the fact that I was even acknowledging his existence, and then he scampered away.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had something, didn't he? He
Uh,
had something, didn't he?
It,
That he was hiding in his coat.
it felt like he was. It looks like, or felt like he was hiding something.
Okay.
But like
And-
a physical object hiding something.
Yeah.
And there's only one door into this building.
Yes, as far as you can tell.
Any windows? Any second floor?
Y'all
Nope.
talking about him hiding something. You don't know what it is. Y'all, if you Trayvon Martin this guy, I'm gonna be pissed.
Jesus
Don't
Christ.
use that as a verb.
Fucking hell.
All right, you're banned
He's
now.
got a
Sorry,
point.
man.
I mean, he
Mute
has
Max.
Someone's
he has a
canceled.
point.
I mean,
He
like I
does
said, you
have a
don't.
point.
Y'all just walking up to this random ass dude and like,
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't. No, I was detected thoughts. I had probable cause.
you
I'm psychic.
detected
Oh my god.
Mhm.
I don't think.
No, what you're saying is we're gonna fireball the door down and scream, Knockless! Knockless!
Police,
No knock
police,
warrant.
police,
Just
No
start
knock
shooting.
warrant.
this is police. Put your hands up. Bang,
Look.
bang, 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 bang.
He had a
Reload.
spell. He had a
Bang,
spell
bang, bang,
scroll
bang,
on
bang.
him. Come on.
Stop resisting.
No. I think Karakwa just turns into a rat or a spider or something and just goes checks it out.
He had
And
a
if it's
spell.
not anything,
He had
it's not
a
anything.
spell scroll to cast resistance.
Yeah, this could be nothing. Adelaide's right. Maybe Karakwa
I
should
could
pick it up.
be. Okay, I was also gonna suggest I could just knock on the door and ask to buy what the hell that is they're selling. There's something shady going on.
Okay, twofold. Karakwa is transformed. He sits on Klaus's shoulder. Klaus knocks on the door.
Good shit. Good
If-
shit. Karakwa goes in
if-
deeper.
Yeah, if Klaus doesn't get anything, Karakwa gets in there. Now stop arguing and.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm gonna.
That's
I want.
what I was saying.
I want
He
to
turned
take
to like
point
a-
next door.
Can you turn into like a fly or a mosquito, and that way when they open the thing, he just flies in.
I would like to take point next door or something.
Can he turn into a Kia Forte?
I can turn into a Kia Femboy.
Ooh.
Promise.
All right, beer.
What trim level?
Programming socks.
Shit.
Rainbow thigh highs.
That's a good answer for that question.
Rainbow thigh highs, rainbow panties to match it.
God damn it! Now I'm getting an erection.
One of these days,
Go ahead.
Lou's gonna make a femboy joke, and we're all
That's the
just gonna
first
have
time.
to sit
That's
there
the
and
first time
shout.
in a while.
Lou is a
Colin.
femboy joke.
It's true.
It's because I'm not drunk.
Lou
Oh,
keeps
yeah.
his socks off camera for a reason.
All right.
Oh no.
I got Yu Yu Hakusho socks from GameStop.
Yo, show me those Yu Yu Hakusho socks.
There was.
No, stop, Connors.
You're
Let's see your feet.
Uh-oh.
Are you happy now?
Those
There
could
you
stretch.
go.
I
They
haven't
don't
taken
look
out of the
starchy
packaging
enough.
yet.
Laura
Everyone
has
show your
K-pop
grippy socks.
Laura has
I do have my grippy socks
K-pop socks of a guy who killed himself.
What the
That's like
fuck?
limited edition.
Wait, like they belong to him?
That means they're more valuable.
I was about to say,
There's
that's
no
like limited edition.
K-pop boy on your sock. Didn't he kill himself? Yeah, he killed himself.
What a
That's
happy,
like
what a
him
happy
on the
conversation.
Show me the
Socks
sock. They want to see the sock.
Were they his
No,
socks?
listen.
They
Yeah.
want to see
Show
the
us the
sock.
sock,
I never
goddamn.
We
went
want to
there
see
anywhere
the
for that.
suicide socks.
You want to see? You want to see
It's
the
him
suicide
killing
sock?
himself on
Here
the
it comes.
socks.
That's like
It's
having
him
the
killing
nudes of the
himself
girl
on
who
the
killed
socks.
herself.
You're a
That's like
fake
limited edition.
fan.
When Connor gets back, tell him crack kills.
Heck.
Jesus Christ.
I want to
Black
see.
Tournament,
let's
I
see
sell
the
drugs
socks,
in the
damn it.
community.
She's getting it. Hold on. She said I have to find my. I have to go in the other drawer
Are
for
those
this.
are those socks? They can't be machine dried. You gotta hang them.
Okay, so she has no. Show us the sock. Tell us about the lore behind each person. God damn it, Laura! You're a fake fan. So we got Shine, Shine.
Okay, that's
Oh.
Ichigo Kurosaki. He's a soul reaver.
This
I'm a
one's
Johnny.
basketball
Damo.
hoop. I don't know how to say that.
Damo.
This is another basketball hoop. This one is fake Egyptian hieroglyphics. Socks. You fake K-pop fan,
So which one killed himself?
huh?
Which one was the
Which
one
one
that killed him?
himself? Or was it all
She
of them?
doesn't. She doesn't remember which one killed himself.
She calls herself a
Oh.
real fan.
Fucking-
All right.
Maybe it's the one with the gun on the
K-pop
socks.
star kills himself. Or suicide. Let's Google it. 7
Maybe it's
K-pop
one of
stars
those
who tried to
guys.
commit suicide due to. Oh no, this got darker than I wanted it
Uh
to.
oh. Oh, all
Did
right.
the K-pop group kill
Dude,
itself?
the K-pop,
did y'all hear
K-pop
that,
industry is fucking awful.
we
dude.
can
It's basically
all-
indentured servitude.
We can all think about
Jesus
killing
Christ.
ourselves later.
You
Did y'all hear
need
about it now.
BTS.
Hyun, Park Young Ha.
BTS is about to
Kim
serve its
Jong-un?
mandatory military sentence.
Kim Jong-un?
for Service.
No, his name is Kim Jong Hyun.
Oh.
It's just very close. Yeah, here it is. The lead singer of the popular boy band Shinhee and soloist Younghyun's suicide note only gave us a tiny glimpse of how depressed he was, as he spoke of how he was broken inside and he couldn't fight it anymore. There we go. There you go. That's what he is.
That sounds
Savage.
fun.
Fucking BTS.
Oh.
That BTS.
Did you say Smash?
All right. What are you doing?
You said smash.
What are you doing?
Look at
I
this
don't know what I'm fucking doing.
look at this silver-haired fox.
Are you trying to go in, or are you turning around and leaving?
I can see why he killed himself.
And see why he killed him.
Sit down. Sit down.
Jesus Christ.
Eddie's worried about us Trayvon Martining
alright.
someone.
He's Korean. He doesn't have Jesus.
You idiot!
Have you not seen Korean Jesus?
Nope.
You
Have you,
fucking
Will?
fool. Go watch 21
That's just
Jump
because
Street
he's
right
busy
now.
Oh, I've
with
seen-
Max-
Korean shit.
Max,
I've seen 21
you're
Jump
canceled, Max.
Okay, I'm happy for that.
All right. What are you doing?
I am posting up in like a neighboring house so that I can put eyes on the door.
I'm getting impatient and waiting for someone to knock on the door.
Wait, are we still
You're gonna walk
arguing
in- I'm
about
just
what the
gonna-
plan is? When
No, we
we
were
came up?
talking about
Yeah.
K-pop.
Yeah,
Oh.
we kind of had that conversation and then it just kind of derailed in K-pop suicide.
What? But what are
Well,
you
that's
doing?
a fucking sentence.
What are you
K-pop
doing?
suicide's ironically a great
Shut up,
K-pop
Connor.
band name.
What are you doing?
Karakwa is some form of sneaky animal. Klaus is gonna knock on the door. The rest of us are gonna
This is
act not
also
shady.
some form of sneaky animal.
All right.
There you go.
What sneaky animal do you want to be?
Meanwhile, while they're reenacting Home Alone with this random dude, Reed is continuing to just look in the library.
Yeah.
Really? No one's gonna make the joke when they ask what kind of sneaky animal. No one's gonna say Trayvon Martin. Come on.
You're
I-
you're canceled.
I
Rick.
was gonna
What the
say
fuck?
I
Why
was gonna
would
say,
you
Rick's
say
gotta be
that?
canceled.
I was gonna
What
say
the
the gay
fuck?
agenda.
All right.
That's legitimately awful. What the
It
fuck?
really is. But so is everything else we've said tonight. We're talking about K-pop suicide.
library
I was,
Yeah, we
Listen,
are awful people. Definitely.
research.
It's okay. Colin just can't put this one online now.
No, I haven't said anything
Sorry,
wrong. So y'all are
he
y'all are
hasn't said
fucked.
anything.
Y'all are the fucked ones.
It's my
Uh,
players that are canceled, not me.
Nobody
We'll see
watches.
who
Nobody
cancels
watches the
who.
Dungeons
We'll
and Dragons
Twitter
videos,
polls.
anyways. They only watch the Pathfinder
Damn.
ones.
Damn, got him.
You are time researching takes time. Like not
Sometimes.
hours. I'm talking days of research in something this size. And so you're kind of just you put your head down in the books.
Oh, no.
They
I get
just
it.
brought you huge tomes, and the stuff they brought you was you don't know how applicable half of it is. Like whenever you're looking about stuff about the aqueducts and the sewers, it's got expansions that have been made over the past several hundred years, permits for expansions that have been made over the past several hundred years. It does show general layouts and things like that. But you've seen a general layout of the sewers, and it's basically, as you can imagine, a sewer system for an entire city is huge, it's sprawling, it's complicated. It is, you can see, but you are able to see how they have added on over time as it's slowly basically backed away from the coast, farther inland up the river. And you can see there are like examples of how there's like secretaries of infrastructure and like people that oversee the expansion sewers. They've got lists of the basically people that were in charge of infrastructure, and you're kind of having to parse through all of that. You can make an investigation check for me, however.
Honestly, I didn't want to get you off on a tangent. I just wanted to point out the contrast between these guys, like, planning out Ocean's 13, while Reed's just looking at a book like, yes,
There are still
the
things
stones
to
are
be
made of stone.
There are things to be found in these books, but it's a lot of information to parse through.
You're literally giving us too much credit. We're a bunch of idiots arguing in an alleyway about a guy we just randomly found on the fucking street.
With the only voice of
And now
reason,
we want to murder him.
the only voice of reason being the one like, have you tried just going and knocking on the door and seeing what happens?
Oh no, Adelaide has become the voice of reason. We've all fallen too far.
Don't put me in this retardation. I haven't done anything.
You turned into a fly.
You-
dropped Klaus's
I
shoulder.
haven't done
You're
shit.
complicit.
You spend hours looking through these tomes, just scouring through them, trying to see if anything triggers in your mind as to being useful or interesting or important. And you do notice something after several hours of researching.
Useful.
You see that there is an unusual correlation between the people that were like essentially the heads of the infrastructure and expansion and maintenance of the sewers, and surprisingly enough, coming across people that were either arrested or murdered or thievery.
Murdered or executed?
That's the thing. There's,
Dun, dun,
it seems
dun.
most of them did not meet a happy.
That depends on what
happy-
political party they side with.
You just see that they all were generally. Several of them were arrested. Several of them were found murdered. Oh my God! Is someone here?
See?
Yeah,
Okay.
Gracie's on the case.
That's true.
And that was the like Secretary of Architecture.
Essentially the equivalent of it. The overseer of infrastructure and that sort of thing.
All right. Interesting.
Karakwa would say that's a little bit sus.
This is a sussy baka.
It's a sussy cloaca.
Ew.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
It's a juicy cloaca.
Rewind that right now.
Rick,
need
you're
to
not
lie
allowed
back
to
to
say
Jason.
anything
Rewind that so
anymore.
you can watch it again.
Cloaca.
Who's not allowed to say anything anymore?
After your comment earlier, you
Shut
don't
up,
get
Bob.
that remark anymore.
See, I like
That was clearly a joke.
I like my cloacas to be
Uh-huh.
fat enough that when you slap it, it jiggles. The end.
Ooh, that's kind of hot.
Prolapsing cloaca.
All right. But so you do find something useful. How useful? You're not sure, but and it's not like every single one of them, but there is a higher correlation than you would expect between these overlaps.
All right.
And the whole time they're like pumping you full of tea. You know, they bring you hot water, they'll make tea for you. There's all sorts of librarians
yeah.
here.
So you've got the correlations. Do you have the causations? Or just Caucasians?
You're not sure if there is a causation or if it's just a correlation, but there is a correlation. But you don't know what the causation is. You don't even technically know if it's just coincidence, but it doesn't feel that way. Meanwhile,
All right.
at
Miles away in Washington.
the world's most inept
Every
alleyway,
single time.
That's
I-
us.
I'm just saying, they're arguing. I already came up with the plan. I don't know what you're telling me. Karakwa, what are you gonna turn into, buddy?
I don't know why I'm a part of this. I don't want to be here right now. This is silly.
I think
Okay,
EJ
that's
should turn
fine.
to something and go inside because it's his plan. He's one doing down here.
Knock on the door. No reason to accost a random man.
No, we're in too deep. He's getting accosted. Eddie's gonna like it.
the man is still behind the door that you have to get through.
Alright, so Klaus, are you going up? Am I going up? Klaus is BRB right now.
Look, all I'm saying, if it's one man, I can get through I can go through one man.
Trying to go through. That's the point. We're gonna try to go through one bad.
Did
We're gonna try to go
was Klaus
through him.
able to hear what was said?
No.
Did he say that? No. We're kind of waiting on Klaus to come back.
Well, I'm gonna go
We
get
don't
some.
want to wait on Klaus. I'll go up. I don't give a shit.
I mean, Adelaide will go up. She doesn't care.
Me and Adelaide can go up. That's fine.
I mean, if everyone's okay with that.
I'm gonna flank behind them in my suit, like Dave Bautista in Casino Royale.
Fantastic.
All right.
Batista wasn't in Casino Royale.
Which one was he in then,
He
Connor?
was Inspector.
Yeah, he was Inspector.
Oh, was he? Whatever. That one.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, let Adelaide do her thing.
She marches forward, lifts her head high up, has the bearing of someone of her station, as she, without any hesitation, without any fear at all, walks straight up to the door and knocks on it. And then just kind of waits for a moment before a small doorway opens up where you see two pairs of dark eyes appear from out of the actual little peephole and scan the area. What do you
Wait,
want?
Colin, you said two pairs of eyes. You mean like
I mean a pair of
okay.
eyes.
Just making sure there wasn't some two-headed
Nope,
monster
just
in
a
there.
pair of eyes. She just says, I hear a voice
It's an
says,
Etten.
what
Yeah.
do you want?
Oh no.
I don't
It's
like that voice.
Klaus.
That's why he had to BRB.
Do you have business here?
Oh, okay. He stopped being German.
Don't you hate that when that happens?
Adelaide just kind of looks at you, Aruna, then she looks at the door and she says, well, we were curious as to why exactly a rather skulking looking fellow just came in the doorway. She's just gonna be upfront about it as she sort of holds her head up, says,
Colin, I assume at this point she's dressed normally, right?
she is dressed normally.
Okay.
Yeah, she's incognito.
Incognito.
And the eyes just kind of narrow, and it says, there are many skulking fellows in the city of Parzula. You'd have to be more specific.
I will craft a minor illusion to recreate the guy's face. Like a little hologram thing.
She looks at it and looks at you, and she says, I'm afraid I'm not familiar with this I am not familiar with this person. You'll have to perhaps seek him out somewhere else, because you will not find him here.
Wow, it's like.
I agree with me. I was passing out.
And there, just from the general tone of her voice, that is pretty clearly a lie.
Yeah.
There's a woman that answered?
Yes.
Okay.
Turn around and go back to wherever. There are people that can find help for you if you need it. There's food, they can find you work. But this is not the place for you, darling. You're too clean.
Sensual.
Too clean.
That's right, cause
Yeah, we summoned
but you see, they
musky
they
class.
these other guys, they don't have the kind of work that I'm looking for. I caught a glimpse of your compatriot coming on his way in, and well, I know when somebody has something they shouldn't. Maybe there's some work in that needs to be done.
You know when someone has information, you say. That's what you say. Then you also know that when
I
people
know
have
someone's hiding something.
when people have information or they are hiding something, you also know that sometimes there is a price to pay for that.
Have I seen anybody outside, because I'm assuming bustling streets, crowds of people walking past us. Have I noticed anybody
You're in an alley.
lingering? Okay, but so I mentioned that I was taking a point to watch the door whilst. Have I noticed anybody pausing to watch what we're doing?
Roll a perception check.
Colin, what is it? Are we in like the middle of an alleyway,
You're
or
in
like
the
at the
mid-
end of an alleyway?
Like I said, you're in the
Kind
middle of an alleyway that is, like I said, it's dirty, it's long, it's winding, it's got tents in it from where refugees are. It's kind of
Okay, I'm just saying we're not like in like a
No, you're
like
not like
a wall at the end of it. We're like in an actual. Okay.
You're in the middle of an alleyway.
Oh yeah. When she says price to pay, are we? Do I get that sounds like a threat, or is that like a grease the palms comment? Does that make sense?
Roll an insight check.
Yep.
I got a 16 on my perception column.
That's.
Right, roll inside as well.
Yeah. If you're listening, you can roll insight. Ito rolling,
Yeah, I'm right there with her.
sort of, staring out. You kind of, keep an eye on the people. You're at the end of the alleyway. They're probably 70, 80 feet down the alleyway, since you're at the end of it. Just keeping an eye on the passers-by in the street. It's not packed. There are quite a few people moving to and fro, but they all sort of keep their eyes cast down to the ground at their feet. None of them really pay attention to you, and whenever you turn back, however, looking down that alleyway, like I said, the alleyway is long, it kind of winds a little bit, it's narrow. Despite the fact that it's pretty narrow, there are like tents that have been set up that refugees are just trying to find a place to sleep. You do see from the tents, a couple people are have their heads stuck out. There's a couple people that are sitting out by the tents. They have what appears to be like pewter, sort of battered pewter and wooden cups, as if they're beggars, but they look on silently, watching.
Okay.
And that was, from what you can read, you were not able to get a read off of that. It doesn't seem like it was a threat, or a promise, or a bribe.
Gotcha.
I think
She's...
I would.
Yeah.
We gave Adelaide an earring, right?
He's had one, yeah.
Okay.
Would
I
you
would.
need a pearl one or a talking one?
She got the pearl
Talking.
necklace.
No, it's
My
not
God.
pearl. It's diamond. Everybody has a diamond earring. Yeah, Adelaide has 2.
She blinked.
But I feel like I'm gonna call over the earring and say I think we need to cut our losses. This is either us misreading something or we're correct, but it's about to get a lot worse.
It's probably B.
Yeah, our eyes are on us. We should leave.
She gives a smile and she says, and even looking at you, Klaus, she says, "You are far too clean to be in this part of the city."
Are we talking figuratively or literally?
Yes.
Good answer.
Fantastic.
All right, so
But she doesn't know your history or anything, so she has no clue. But just
Yeah.
looking at you, sizing you all up, she's like, you know, you people have way too much money to be worried about here, or what we're doing.
okay.
Klaus unravels the creepy Vecna. Look at this shit, woman! You see this?
You
before?
think I'm not dirty, bitch? I smell like death.
Oh my god.
Fantastic.
But
Do
she
you actually smell like death?
smiles
I
and
don't
says,
think so.
"I wish you good day," and she just the little slide closes.
Do you have any professional help
So I'm gonna
from
ask.
a real thief?
I'm gonna ask Adelaide over the earring. Like, did you see anything behind them? Did you smell anything?
Opium.
Colin, could I roll a smell check? As I said I was right behind her, since I have like animal scent.
That's actually real smart.
Adelaide just sort of shakes her head and says, I mean, I think there was light behind her, but I didn't see any specifics.
Calling it out. Non-natural 20.
You picked up a pretty heavy, there is a pretty heavy smell in the air. Even amongst the alleyway that has the stench of, you know, like, garbage and sweat. You could definitely smell, it smelled like sewage at the doorway. Very faintly, but you could smell it.
Like a sewer or like
Sewage.
decomposing stuff?
It's sewage, like a sewer. It didn't smell like decay, it smelled like waste.
Like waste? Is it... Okay, was it so strong that like I recoiled from it because like of
No,
how... Because
It
my
was
scent is
a
stronger?
subtle.
Or
It was a subtle smell, but it's one you could pick up.
It's like a burst pipe, but down the hall.
Possibly something like
Okay.
that.
Well, I go back to them and I tell them, I think that's an entrance to the sewers we're looking at. Or it leads down to it, because I could smell it.
Helpful, but nasty.
I mean, is there some sort of racketeering going on in the sewers that I'm not aware of?
You know, there's a entire monks guild down there.
Yeah, somewhere.
Because I'm not, I'm assuming at this point that I'm still not kind of like this level of society is very foreign to me still, so like I don't know what happens in this kind of shit.
You know that the shadow monks call the sewers home.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
they're like the secret. They're like the secret spies, guys.
I'm just saying, I don't think I've ever been to a city
Not like
this
KGB or
big,
anything.
so like,
Technically,
I'm
no
a
one's
little
been to a
off,
city
but-
this big before. It's biggest city
Really?
in the world.
you know, that's not what I mean. I mean like, I haven't been to like large cities from what I recall.
But that's what you get. That's what you feel. That's what you smell. Like I said, it was not distinct enough for most people to pick up, but with your heightened sense of smell, it was like very subtle. It didn't smell like it was right outside the door. Maybe like from well within it or below it, maybe. But there was a general smell that came from it.
Wait. I look at Reed. Is Reed here? No, Reed's
No.
not here, right? And neither we don't have Bruce anymore. I was gonna say, well, we could have one of the monks go up and try to see if they can get in.
I'm back.
Wait. Did we get anything from that monster from the Onyx Serpents?
The Onyx Serpents, not really. The big thing that they got was the big thing that the Onyx Serpent had was the Eye of Vecna, which was stolen basically. Like Klaus has them.
Could we try? No, I suppose you probably shouldn't just going around waving the Eye of Vecna, should we?
I mean, it's a
You know-
play.
Yeah, I was like, maybe Klaus can show them the Eye of Vecna. If that is the entrance to the monks, then they might
There's
understand.
I mean, now
There's a long series of assumptions to come to that point, though.
Yeah.
Well, now hearing on, because like, I mean, my grandfather was like a breakaway from said shadow monks. Kind of started my whole
We're about
criminal faction. So I don't know if there's any like bad blood or anything like that. I don't know if I should be introducing myself to them.
Well, I mean, you as you. I just meant like the. I don't know if we can get in there with the Eye of Vecna. But then again, I don't know. We don't. If knowing how the Onyx Serpents were, they might have also realized that they were evil. So that would make it worse for wear. I think the only way to get possibly get in here is if we have Reed talk to them and they are okay with him.
The Monk Street cred is what we're going on.
Yeah, that's what I can think of. I mean, I suppose that we could knock on the door and be like, "Hey, we stopped the Onyx Serpents," and maybe they'd be like, "Oh, cool," but like,
Well, our easiest.
Supposed to lean on him, but
Well,
that's
you,
of course not a guarantee.
used ascending on him and he just ignored me. So, that
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, he could still be there though.
it's
That's a bit of a
true.
gamble, but I mean, if he is still there,
Wait, is M linked to the a monk monastery?
Yeah, he is one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Or he was.
yeah, to the
Is-
one
He is-
to the shadow monks.
Yeah,
Oh.
he is
This
that.
is his
yeah, he
monastery.
is that monastery.
That's why he
Oh, I didn't know that.
disappeared almost immediately
Yeah,
off the airship.
Yeah, that's why he dipped. I imagine to fill them in.
I mean, probably. We're like, you know.
Yeah, right
If-
now he's getting debriefed. So I mean, if we're gonna go there, it probably should be like soon.
Were we supposed to meet up with him or something? I'm sorry, I got up and I talked to Ryan, so I missed some stuff.
No,
No,
he dipped.
No, M just dipped completely and did his
Okay.
own thing, and then I tried to use sending, because I was like, "Hey, could you help us out a little bit?" And then he just ignored me. So.
But yeah, you're
he left
probably
them on
right. He's
send.
probably being debriefed.
He left him on send.
Because it's not like it's been a long time that you've been
On.
here, so. Because at this point you've been here for like a day, kind of.
Yeah, a matter of hours.
A matter of a few hours, several hours, so. You know, if he's busy doing stuff, he's not done with it yet, probably.
Okay, so 2 things. One, we should probably get Reed, but also second, if they're like a sneaky thieves guild type situation, will they like ditch this entrance if we leave? You know what I mean?
Like there are probably
they've been
multiple
made.
entrance. If they're in the sewers and this is an entrance to the sewer, there are probably multiple entrances that for them.
Yeah, well, I'm
Yeah,
saying
that has to be.
if we don't act now on this one that we found, we might not be able to find another one, like before they cover it up.
I mean,
Because
maybe.
I could look. Maybe.
we
Finley and
stand
I
out.
should go walk around and look for entrances. Some back doors into the.
Yeah, there's gotta be
sewers.
pretty numerous amounts of entrances to the sewers.
Why don't we have Adelaide look for back doors? She's good at it.
Oh wow, got him. Anyway, should I call for Reed though? Because I feel like we should all be here.
I mean,
Yes, okay, good talk, everybody.
Yep.
you've got an earwing. You are more than a mile away from Reed, but at some point you would be close enough to it.
I have sending also.
You can
which
send,
I'll
yeah.
just- beep, 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 beep. Your phone's ringing, Reed. Reed, I know you're ass deep in a book, but we could use your assistance
Deep in a book is still only like a foot high.
That's wow.
in the refugee district. Once you get within range of a mile, use the earring. Blah.
You can reply to this message.
You can. Yeah, I don't have room to fit that.
All right. You know that this is gonna cost me per day. But all right.
Motherfucker, where do you think we are?
Wait, what do you mean it costs them per day?
They charge me
Yes.
each day
Yes.
to use the library.
Everything's got a
Oh.
cost.
That's shit.
They do,
I
but like I
mean-
said, they do like they go and gather books for him and things like that and bring them and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Tea. I do get tea.
And tea. They bring you hot water because if you open up or if you try to boil a kettle, for the most part, obviously you probably have ways to like magically heat water, but the average person would have to light a fire. They're like, no, we'll bring you hot water.
Fantastic.
No fire in the library.
Reed is complaining about the charges for the library,
What?
but I think he's coming.
How much is
Yes,
the charge
I
for the
will be on my
library?
way.
I don't know, and I
It's only a
honestly,
couple of gold. It's actually, I think it was like a gold, maybe 2.
I'll give
Not
him,
a gold.
I'll give him a gold. Come on.
he'll be all right.
I don't even understand the point. I don't even understand the weight of a gold. I use that word right?
Gold's not real.
Anyway, the people
Yeah.
that are less sneaky should probably make themselves scarce because they know we're here now. So they're probably gonna be watching for us. You know what I mean?
No. Explain. Elaborate.
Your cloaca is visible, and people have caught it since.
My musty cloaca balls have dropped.
Like a werewolf.
I hate it. Anyway, someone could do some scouting or something, and we'll hang around, I guess.
You certainly can. But it's up to y'all what you want to do.
Colin,
Yeah.
well, this is the first time we're in a city, right? That's Adelaide. I want to take her on a date.
Oh no.
Oh, we're trying to
No.
sneak and do mission shit,
Yeah.
and you're trying to take Adelaide on a date?
He wants
Well,
to take her
you said to
he
make
wants
myself
to take her.
scars.
He wants to take her to Buttfuck Valley.
No, I don't. I want to take her. I want to take her out to dinner. You said make myself scars. I'm doing that.
Okay.
Shh. Okay.
On a lark,
What the fuck ever?
When you
on a lark, I wanna do something
when you ask her
truly stupid.
to go out to dinner, her eyebrows sort of raise a little bit surprised, but she says, "I mean, I haven't had a really great meal in a long time, so yes, I'd be happy to go with you." But
Does
she
anyone
also
else wanna
says,
come?
"What? Do you know anything about fine dining or?"
My family ate bread and milk for years, exclusively.
I bet it's like, oh my god, I bet you had diarrhea so bad.
Now you get used to it.
What time of the day is it?
It doesn't mean
before
you
Now
don't have
it's like it's getting to be evening.
Okay, Henley, make sure
Yeah.
the date doesn't last more than like 3 hours, and then meet back.
She
around
says,
here,
um,
okay.
Get over here giving
Please?
curfews.
she looks at you and says, "Well, we're gonna
No,
have."
I don't say date. I know it's a date. Henley's just like, I think I'm supposed to take her to dinner. I think I was told that once.
We're gonna
That's
have
fine.
to get you into some nicer clothing.
I have my suit on.
It's
That's probably
not.
now dirty.
She says, "We're gonna have to get you into some nicer clothing."
Henley's been wearing this suit for 4 months.
I think M's wardrobe was still on the boat. He had a lot of costumes and clothing, I imagine.
Wait, are not how big is M?
M's a changeling, so he can change from medium up to large size medium to small.
okay.
All of his
Yeah.
clothes is mooey stretchy.
Okay, I was like, I'm probably like 3 feet taller than him.
So he's got like clothes for every occasion and a lot of sizes. Like I said, his wardrobe is his chest. His chest is literally a magic chest that has an entire wardrobe. It's like going in. It goes into it's like goes into a costumer's, like a theater, essentially like a prop department. Whenever you step into his chest.
Sweet
Ooh.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's
Don't scare
awesome.
me.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, but for real, come back in a couple hours and just meet back here.
I don't
and
know
we'll
how long it's
figure out what
supposed to
we're doing.
last, so I'll try, Aruna.
Jeez, mom.
Yeah.
I
I
thought
don't know how long it's supposed to last
She's-
for.
she's-
you
Bring him back promptly, or I'll disintegrate you both.
she says, "Jeez, mom, I thought you died shortly after I was born."
You know, that's that repressed trauma thing we've talked about, Adelaide. You should like talk about that a little more. Anyway, have
Yeah,
fun.
they did-
I would like to
what's
do
that
something
Saturday?
truly foolish.
Okay.
You're gonna
Okay.
spy on us with a pair of glasses in the corner reading a newspaper?
No,
Yeah.
I want to walk
Yeah.
up to the door that Adelaide was at.
Oh god.
Okay.
We
And
just
I-
keep funneling in one by one.
I'm just gonna knock on the door. Oh, dude. Oh god, dogs.
She just stands. It doesn't even open.
The
The
slit
slit doesn't even open. The slide doesn't even open.
Okay. I want to talk loudly. As I apologize. I may have the wrong door. Somebody indicated to me that this was a good location to find down and outs who were in need of work and maybe a leg up. I could have the wrong place. I apologize. And I'll wait a moment, and if they don't answer, I'll walk away.
The slide does open, and you see there's the same pair of eyes looking out that was looking at them, but it sort of narrows on you and sort of says, "Is that so? Is that why you were standing watch at the entrance of the alley?
Well, your
Or did you think you wouldn't be noticed?"
Your establishment is unmarked. I wasn't sure what I was walking into, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't have bad information. You know, are thieves and con artists all around.
Yes. Yes, there are.
Ito over here like.
Self-reporting.
As she says,
If I'm mistaken, I will simply continue on my way.
we see better than anyone else in this entire city the disenfranchised. The people that need help.
Those are the people I'm after, yes.
Yes.
So perhaps I do have the right space.
And she looks at you and says, why do you want to help them? She looks at you. You are too clean, just like your friends.
I find myself with more wealth than I can personally manage, and I feel fit to, particularly with the refugees around here,
Man, I
do
know
what I can to
opposite
help.
day.
Roll a persuasion check.
No, I'm not good at those.
It's Ito's best trait. Oh,
It's the one he should be good at.
you roll a 2 and get a 17. That's all I
17.
She just sort of eyes you and closes the doorway. Says, go back to your airship.
Will do. Thank you.
But then as you walk away,
Wait.
she
Never mind,
opens,
can't get him up there.
it opens again as you turn to walk away, and she says, someone will find you.
I'm sorry. Redo that scene again. She
She
says, "Go back to my airship."
and then
Shuts
as you
it, and
turn-
then as I'm leaving, cracks it and says, "Someone will find you."
Basically.
Does she change her tone of voice?
No.
Like, does she whisper the second part? Okay.
Nope. Someone
I
will
will
find
con-
you.
I would like to continue walking as if I didn't hear that last bit.
Alright, and once again, closes.
And I'm gonna cast Descending on M.
Alright, what do you say?
I'm gonna say, I think that we have unintentionally stumbled upon your people. If this is going to be a detriment to what you're doing, let us know and we'll stop.
This time you actually just get a simple 2-word message in M's voices. They know.
Cool. But he doesn't tell us to back off.
Nope.
Cool. Good to know.
Amazing.
Henley, enjoy your date. Apparently
Still better.
they're gonna find us.
So, me and Adelaide both hear that. I go, okay.
Actually, that's a good question. Does the earring have channels? Can we, or is it always public chat all the time?
Jesus Christ.
You can send it to a particular earring. It's
Oh God, Adelaide's gonna be fucking narrating her day.
you can send it to specific earrings or just across all of them. So
Good to know. Okay.
Don't you hate when Henley leaves the earring on and you just hear the balls slapping?
yeah,
I hate it.
I think it sounds like Adelaide must have tried to eat like a whole banana because it sounds like she's gagging.
Ah!
Like
What's that humming sound coming from Adelaide's earring?
Oh no.
it's like well, I guess she was really hungry because it sounds like she's stuffed.
God.
Sick.
All right,
Man, it must be really slippy where she is.
Like, wow. That's a really fancy restaurant.
Oh god.
All right, she
You guys ready for me to not be able to read the menu?
They must have gone to the bathhouse because I hear a lot of.
All right, don't worry. We're gonna have to invent a replacement for the word mansplaining for Adelaide explaining things for.
No, it's still
Henley.
mansplaining.
Like this is a menu. You pick
This is
certain items off of it, but only one
this
at a
is
time.
imp-splaining. This is imp-splaining.
This is a cup. You
That's
drink out of it.
ad-splaining.
You don't have to drink
What
out of your
is-
hands.
What is faux gua?
That's good.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
real good.
She says, she pats you on the head, says, "God, you're stupid." But
They serve. They
But I
serve
still like
poutine
you.
in Pagua, right?
it's like
God, do they have shawarma, Colin?
that you go to the fanciest restaurant. As you look
It's
at
like
it,
McDonald's.
Bojangles, I see.
Oh no!
Sounds fancy.
I was gonna say it's Arby's gyros.
I checked out at Boyagles.
Oh,
That sounds fancy. I'm gonna go get some water.
Okay.
But you will. Where's everybody going? Obviously, Adelaide and Henley are going out on a date. They're gonna make a stop at the airship, get Henley dressed up like real nice, that sort of thing. Heading to the really nice district, which is the Dragon's Horde district, near the Glittering Corner. What is everyone else doing?
Right, fuck if I know, Colin.
I don't know either. That's why I asked
This
you.
game's
if
a
you're planning on
disaster.
anything.
I did ask if everyone else wants to go.
I'm going on a date
this
with
is the
Klaus.
best game.
It's a big old
mean-
city. You can do anything in it.
Going on a date with Klaus.
You can do that too.
It's happening.
Have fun.
Arun is just gonna go back to her room and think about disintegrating people.
I go back and think about the arm that I've lost permanently, and I get the other one back there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you still got one arm, so it's not a loss overall.
It's a net, yeah, it's a net average.
True.
Is Reed just hanging out in the library still?
I mean,
I
I,
called
thought I was
Reed.
headed to them, but it
Yeah.
sounds like we're good now.
I mean, you can.
I send another sending that says, "Reed, we don't need you anymore."
I mean, Reed can.
I hope we didn't interrupt.
You can.
Ito did something useful for once.
You can join
Alright.
Reed to help him. Reed can go talk to you about the stuff he's been learning about. The two of you could go on some sort of zany side quest where you, I don't know,
That's true.
play darts in a brothel. It's a big city. You can do literally anything here because you've got the cash for it.
We tried to get Reed to drink before, and that finally works. Maybe we do need to get him laid. Good idea.
Yeah, you don't want to go into Cora not having, being it the first time. She'll be disappointed. You gotta get some.
Yeah, what do you-
You gotta get some
Hear
practice. in.
that Florida blows.
You gotta get that
What it-
practice in.
What do you do if Cora laughs at you and then the dog laughs at you too?
Yeah. The dog says, "You think that's how you lick?"
Oh, ah!
Wait a
He's never
second.
gonna go for the peanut butter on my balls now.
When does this dog learn how to talk? But yeah, you can go talk to him.
Damn.
Like I said,
It
that's
can
just
hurt you in other ways.
that's just what you found the first day of research. You've still got heavy, ponderous amounts of tomes to go through, and that sort of thing. And then
honestly, that's yeah, you go ahead.
what's Max? What are you doing? You got the whole city to do whatever the fuck you want. Not there. That's what I figured.
I think Nick just got back too, so.
That's what I
know.
figured. That's why I asked if Max was here. Or that's why I asked if he's doing anything. I figured he's probably not there.
We'll just
Rip.
contribute to the book reading because that is kind of my department.
Okay.
You know how to book read?
I know how to read smart real good.
Oh,
Alright.
sorry, I am here. I'm pressing the wrong button. I was
Oh.
talking this. I was
Nice.
talking. I was hitting spacebar instead of all. What is the the glittering corner, Colin?
The Glittering Quarter is the wealthiest part of the city. It's filled with like noble estates. It's filled with like really high-end shops. It's filled with like really nice restaurants and that sort of thing. It's where the rich people are. The richest people are in a city of rich people. The top 0.1%.
I'm gonna go up there and get asked if I live here.
That's fine. That probably would not take you very long.
I'm just a one venta with a dirty. Well, no, the cloak's made out of like fucking white dragon hide now. Or no, it's Burnesh, so it's not
Dragon
white
hide.
dragon. It was, he's a bronze dragon.
Yes.
He's
Yeah, so it's a bronze dragon hide. Now. It's
He's
bronze dragon
burnished.
like wing, like a cape.
like burnished bronze. You absolutely can do that. I will say, not gonna take them long to like see you just kind of walking around.
Eat. I want to go to one of the nice restaurants. I want to have a good meal.
All right. Did you go? You went to the bathhouse to take a bath when the other people went to the bathhouse?
Yeah.
All right. So you don't have to worry about any sort of weird debuffs because you don't look like or you're dirty or anything like that. You're spick and span and nice and clean, so you don't have any penalties to any social roles essentially. Because if you did, hadn't gone, you would have real high DCs. You. Oh yeah, I forgot I was gonna go get some water. But whenever I get back, I'll probably start with you, Max, because yours is
I will
gonna be
also
the most
retrieve water.
straightforward.
Time, jeez.
I bet he did. We'll start with you because yours is kind of the most straightforward about seeing if you're gonna get noticed. You get noticed pretty quickly, heading into the glittering corner.
A fucking shining cape of a brass dragon. There's no way I don't look.
It is not packed here. There is quite a bit of foot traffic, and it does seem there is a pretty heavy guard presence as well. Pretty much a guard on every corner.
As if they need it.
A patrol. They are all walking around. The guards here, their armor is much nicer. They wear scale mail that is tinted blue. They wear simple helms that are flat-topped. Carry generally like a polearm, like a long spear, and at their sides they have like shodels. They eye you. And they sort of, you do see, as you walk, eventually you see a couple of them approach you, and they say,
Oh shit.
"Welcome
Sorry.
No, I don't say that, Connor.
to the glittering corner. Perhaps you've got lost on your way."
No, sir. I assure you, I am not lost.
God.
You have a bearing of someone who is...
A bearing of someone who is what, sir?
Well, you just don't seem like the type of clientele...
Don't seem like what?
The type
You
of
have
clientele...
such a presumptuous mind today about you. I would like to speak to your sergeant.
Your manager.
Colin over here.
Call for the manager.
They
I
just
knew
kind of,
it. I was waiting for the Karen comment.
Colin over here is being Olivia Munn from Date Night.
they
Thank
just
you for calling Claw. You're welcome.
kind of look at each other. You can roll an intimidation check.
Okay.
Is a Karen really intimidating?
No, I'm not actually trying to intimidate. I'm having fun. I know these are rich assholes, so I'm being a dick.
They kind of look at each other and then they look at you and they say, "I think perhaps you've found yourself wandering the wrong streets, unless..." And they look at each other. Are you a are you here? Are you a worker?
Work. Let me tell you of my work,
no.
sir.
I can't wait.
I am Venta True Cloud of the Ilderoy Han, the Slayer of Krakens and the Embracer of Gods. I have come here to simply enjoy a meal and not be harassed by the likes of you.
Ildoroyhan, you say? And they sort of sneer.
Never heard of it.
Island living far above you. As I like throw my cape over my shoulder, I like,
We
You have a cape?
yeah.
I pray that Venta accidentally left his earring on.
We have grown
I
only
hope I
too
do.
familiar with the Ildoroy hand over the past months. I believe you're on the opposite side of the city from where you're supposed to be. The refugee district is quite a ways away. We can have you escorted if you are lost.
The only thing I would like to be escorted to is your finest eateries, sir. I know exactly where I'm going.
Fuck eatery.
I mean, that's the type. This is the type of place where they
Need
be called
direction
eateries.
to your mom.
They don't have tailors here. They have clothiers. They don't have bakeries. They have patisseries. It's all the same shit, but guess what? They don't call it that.
Jesus Christ. How gentrified.
They sort of smile and shake their heads. Well, if you are so important, and this is where you're supposed to be, perhaps a humble donation to the church would not be amiss. They look at each other.
Donation to the church. They should be donating to me.
Oh boy, that was the
Oh, you
wrong thing
pissed
to
them
say.
off.
They bristle, almost immediately, and their attitude changes from casual indifference to amusement almost immediately to annoyance and anger, and they say, "You dare to put yourself even close to the level of the church and the great Bishop Usul. I can tell that you have no place here, because only a fool or an idiot would do that. You should make your way out of this district." And that,
I'll be honest.
and
I am
at that
both
point,
of those things.
he is not. They're not asking you at this point, as there are several other guards starting to walk over now.
I just wanted to go eat.
There are other establishments where you can find fare, but it will not be here. They are.
Okay, I just walk back at the other end of the south, and I walk around the border of the town and go in the other end.
All right.
What?
I mean, you run into guards there too. There's guards everywhere. Every corner, every street. Initially, they don't recognize you. But you get the same. Why are you here? You don't look like you're supposed to be here. You said the wrong thing, but it's good that you said the wrong thing under a relatively minor circumstance. You don't. In this city, you don't even. It's not that you badmouth, you don't even, like, give it a side glance. You don't hold yourself up to the level of the Bishop Usul, especially amongst authority figures.
Especially amongst us.
Especially amongst the guards. Because that immediately turned them, like, hard against, from neutral to hostile to you.
You basically just dropped a hard G at a Protestant bake sale.
Boston bake sale.
Wouldn't.
Damn.
Wait, did you say at a Protestant bake sale?
Yeah, hard
Yes.
G.
Wouldn't that?
Hard GD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All the pieces have fallen into place.
Max is asking Amish
Yeah,
person
sorry,
for
I
their
kind of
cell
sneezed,
phone.
so it kind of fucked up my
Not only that, you're wearing a very prominent white cape, so they know.
No, it's brass.
A very prominent brass cape, so they know that eventually it spreads. You're not welcome here.
There's an asshole with a brass cape. who's
Basically.
being a dick.
Who's being a heretic?
Man, I'll
Okay.
tell you, this is going to
Can't believe
shit
Ventus
very
gonna get us
quickly.
kicked out of Parzula.
No, I'm gonna get kicked out of fucking the glittering corner.
I mean,
It's
you-
the rich side of the
The
town.
Going to-
dragon's the whole city, you Nimrod.
You've been kicked out of the glittering corner.
They're gonna impound our fucking ship.
For what?
I'm
We're-
quite
we're-
For being
confident.
heretical!
I'm
in, like,
quite
the worst place
confident that
possible.
we wouldn't be allowed to leave even after we landed.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back on the anchor.
They are pretty quickly deny you entrance to the glittering corner, and even worse than that, they have people following you now.
They got people. Man.
What'd you
Max.
fucking expect?
What did you expect?
This is it's called the Holy City of Parzula, with a bishop who is the leader of the
Max?
entire city.
Max is the equivalent of American tourists going, "Oh, I thought this was America. I thought this was America." He's like in
No,
silence and
I'm
getting
not.
wrapped.
I know that I'm pissing these guys off.
But why?
I think it's fun.
All right. Do you
Okay.
would you like to do anything else?
Yeah, I go to the other side of town and get something to eat.
All right.
Max, I'm all for pissing off authority figures and bougie neighborhoods, but that's fucking stupid.
Roll a perception check.
Hell yeah.
You're going to Boyangles.
Walking
I'd love-
across the city, you see you have no less than 4 people that are following you and watching you.
They can come get food too.
Obviously they don't. You go inside and they one goes inside and gets food as well. Does not eat with you but sits at a table. The other 3 kind of wait outside, or 2 of them wait outside and watch. The other one, you don't know what happens to him.
Hold on, give me 1 second to check something. Oh, perfect.
Checking your privilege.
Actually, yes, kind of. Actually, yes, kind of. Colin, how many
yes.
people? How many people are in here?
In the place you went to eat?
Yeah, is it where did I end up at? I just found some place that looks like relatively good. That had a lot of heavy wheel in there.
Probably
Got good.
spent
smelled
some
good,
time
though.
going over walking across the river from the Dragon Horde to the Artisan Bay, and found a nice little restaurant that has maybe 30, 40 people, maybe 50.
I walk in there, and as soon as someone comes, as I sit down, and does someone come to serve me, or do I just go to the counter?
Someone does come to serve you. It's got waitresses and waiters.
I as soon as that happens, and I see the guy following me come in and also sit down, I immediately and like very loudly I say, "Madam, I would like to pay for everyone's meal in here today."
Well, that's very generous of you.
Except for that gentleman there, as I point to the
Oh my
one who
fucking
followed.
God.
God damn it.
Well,
Look,
I-
he's learning. Wait, never mind.
she nods his head and says, "Very well. That's going to be." She looks around, counts up.
$1 billion.
All things considered, it'll be 50 gold pieces.
Okay, 50 golden.
All right. You put it down, and there's several people pat you on the back saying,
I want to
I appreciate
put
it.
it down with a heavy like a coin purse. Just drop it on the counter, just chink as it just falls and it hits the counter with a thud.
They just kind of, they don't make any movement. They just sit and watch.
And I look at the menu.
All right.
What do they got here?
They have pretty nice food. They've got fresh baked bread. You can smell it in the air. Wonderful, basically butter that is made and flavored with honey all the way from the Jinma dynasty. They've got like a really nice onion soup that has hefty amounts of cheese on it, like a French onion soup essentially to go with the bread. You know, roasted meats. They've got like meat pies.
I will order a meat pie. I'm looking for something rich today.
All right. It's brought out to you and served with, you know, butter and bread, wine, that sort of thing. So it is a fine. It's not, you know, high-end, incredible dining, but it's filling. It's well made. It's, you know, it's good. But it's a meal. It's not an experience, if you know what
Okay.
I'm saying.
That's fine. I finished my meal. I thank the waiter or waitress, whoever served me for the meal. I tip them another 50 gold.
Okay.
Rub it in their face.
Oh shit. And
I think
then
Max
I
spent
want
100 gold
to.
to be a dick.
No, I spent more than 100 gold to be a. And then I'm going to take another 50 gold and tip the gentleman who escorted me here and said, "You can." And I want to pat him on the back and say, "You can split this up between you and the lads that followed me here. Thank you for the escort." As I leave.
I mean, he takes the
Just
gold,
gonna keep following.
pockets it. They continue to follow you.
Cool. That's fine.
They
I
are
just wander around town. I don't go back anywhere in specific. I just wander around.
they keep their distance. They don't try to harass you. They just watch. All right.
I know Connor's gonna be upset about this, but Max is the new Connor. I've decided it.
What?
Max is the new Connor. What an insult.
However,
I don't even know what that means.
you constantly feel like you've got eyes on you.
Fantastic.
Meanwhile, who wants to go next? We got a
do
date.
it.
We got
I don't care. I'll go whenever, Colin.
We got a date with Adelaide. We got Ito jerking people off in like an alley.
Leave that.
We got Karakwa doing what?
Sorry, I've been really distracted this game. What exactly
Well, it's
would
just-
be best for me to go? Sorry.
Like I said, it's Pretty much, like I said, they're just doing stuff around the city. Ito was trying, you know, if you wanted to go do something, maybe go shopping, maybe you can go back to the airship and just go to bed. You can, since you're distracted, that's fine, understandably. You don't have to do anything. It's just they're going around doing things that they can do. I think Reed is, still investigating the books. I think Aruna's gonna go help. I don't know what's Aruna doing?
So,
I don't
if
know
I
what
get
Max
within
is doing.
range of Reed, will Reed let me know about the dead or, you know, the strange disappearance of architects,
Well,
so forth and so on?
I'm talking on my ass and
I'd let
pissing
the
off the
group know the
bourgeoisie.
next time
That's
we
what I'm
were
doing.
meeting up.
Okay. Well, I just said when one of us gets within a mile, I was gonna call you, so I'd call you up on the earring if I'm heading towards the library first.
Yeah, so, like I said,
If you...
Aruna and Reed are talking about stuff.
Okay.
Um,
Basically, I have an idea if I have the information from Reed about the architects and stuff.
and then, let's see, Ito is going back. He's basically waiting, essentially. He's like, someone's gonna be in touch with you, basically. And I think,
Am I also being followed? That I can tell.
roll a perception check. You don't think so.
All right.
You don't. When you look behind you, you don't see anyone that seems to be eyeing you.
I want to go to the airship docks, but not to our airship.
Okay. There are many airships here.
Cool.
I imagine around the airship docks, Aruna is actually probably about where you'd be within a mile. You'd be within a mile of Reed there.
Before I get
I'll
to
stick
Reed,
with, I'll stick with Runa. I'll stick with Runa.
yeah, before I get to Reed, I will call over the earring. Did you get anything useful for the books, or do you need a second set of eyes?
A second set of eyes is always helpful.
No pertinent information so far, though.
Nothing other than the disappearances, the arrests, and the murders.
Oh, Christ. Okay. Perfect.
He needs another.
Perfect.
He needs more mouse to drink all this tea.
That's true. So I guess if Klaus is just tagging along with me, we can go look at some books. But that leads me to my my idea call, and not something I want to do now. But if we need more information, it just so happens that we have a warlock or part warlock and a guy that can speak with dead if we want to go dig up some dead architects later. But that is
It's like 4 guys that can speak with death.
yeah, so that is a later task. But for now, I'll go help Reed look through some books, and we'll talk about the murders and weird shit. And try to get some names. I want to get names of the people so we can find them or find
Get
family
me
members.
pictures of Spider-Man.
There,
Bring me pictures of
Would you-
Spider-Man.
like I
do
said,
you
there's
want-
definitely names listed. There's also the current, basically overseer of, you know, the infrastructure is named Luzil Min Mulak.
Beautiful. What were
Do you
you
want me
saying,
to help you? Do you want me to help you with the reading, or would you like me to look for the mausoleums, see if there's anything I
Oh
can
shit, that's a real good idea.
glean? I mean, we're still within range of the earrings, I believe.
Did we notice like a burial area or mausoleum or anything, Colin? How do they do burial here anyway?
Here there's, I mean, it's hard to. There is a burial place for the particularly wealthy. There's like a cemetery. It has all there. In Parzula, they do not bury people because it's sand, and the sand just gets blown the fuck away. So, you can bury people in sand, but it's gonna probably be blown away by desert winds. It'll just expose the body. It'll be eaten. So usually they cremate And the wealthy, generally, however, they'll have like mausoleums that are built. So there is like a cemetery that has these stony mausoleums where people and families are interred. But it's
Would
only for the
architects
wealthy.
Would architects fall under the wealthy category since they're like highly skilled?
Potentially.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep in contact with Klaus with the earring or sending or whatever, and if he wants to poke around, try to find some of the names we feed him.
Potentially,
that.
yes, but if they were one of the ones that were, like, convicted of crimes, probably not. They
Yeah.
probably didn't get buried there. They might not have been even cremated. They might have just been tossed over the fucking wall to die, to be eaten by desert animals.
Yeah, worth a shot. Anyway, they can have our date while we're talking about macabre stuff, I guess.
All right.
Hell yeah. The edgy crew.
You can see that Adelaide takes you back to the airship. You gotta get cleaned up. You gotta get spiffed up. You're like, I already am clean.
Weren't we just in a bathhouse?
Yeah, she sort of shakes her head. Oh, no, you have to get cleaned up.
You need all new clothes.
You need new clothes, better than these. And these are nice clothes to you, but to her, she's like, it's not gonna cut it for the wealthiest part of this city.
Like, do I have to cut my hair? I say, as my hair is like, 2 feet long, and in a bun.
She says, I kinda like your hair, but...
Gay.
She sort of shakes her head and says, no, but you'll have to get at least your... Do you have, like, a beard?
Yeah, I had the belt of dwarven kind, so yeah, I have a beard.
We're gonna have to get...
We can't.
You might have to lose your bonus health for it.
We're gonna have to get that trimmed up at least. Neatened up.
Is it like Santa Claus rules and it just grows back?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But you don't have to get... She's not gonna get rid of the beard, but it's like, we're gonna get that, trimmed up. Neatened. That sort of thing.
I just stopped trying. He's coming back.
And she...
Oh my god, wait.
She does so.
I can't handle Headley being that stupid.
She makes
I
sure
shave
that
3 times a day. I don't know what's going on.
she makes sure you're presentable. She goes into, M's chest. All of M's stuff is still there. He just up and left. His chest is like a disguised chest, so it's like literally like a prop master's department in a theater troupe. There's all sorts of costumes and clothes and props. There's you look around and see perhaps Worringly.
I'm like playing dress up.
He does. There is all sorts of some things perhaps a little bit more worrying. You're pretty sure that one of the bodies, it looks like a mummy that's propped up against a wall, is actually real. It's like, why has he got that? It's probably for a play or something.
Yeah, I assume it's a prop.
But it's filled with props. There's fake daggers that are blunted. There's real daggers that still have blood on them. That's another thing that, so you go, But she goes to like a really, there's an area with all sorts of fancy, very fancy clothes. And she begins rifling through them, sort of shaking her head. All of these styles are so old. These cuts, 10, 20 years ago. And she sort of sighs.
I say they're new to me.
She says, they will have to do, I'm afraid.
Tenny's coming out in the turquoise blue ruffled tuxedo.
Yeah, you look like Django.
Oh no.
That's actually kind of funny.
She
Probably
Django.
looks at you and she tries to gauge, like, what color best suits you?
I wish I look good in brown, kind of all the animal furs I wear.
The D is Silent Hillbilly.
She
Classic.
nods her head and says, yes. How about, she looks at you some very nice, cool colors. Suitable. a nice
I,
contrast.
not understanding what she means, goes, I thought my clothes were cool.
And she just smiles, and she starts picking out some like some grays and pale blues, things like that. And eventually, she has you wearing some very, very nice clothing. You feel immediately uncomfortable. Like if you were to try to, if you got in a fight in these, oh boy, you'd probably like rip the arms off as soon as you tried to punch somebody. You'd split the shirt down the back.
Don't flex. Don't flex.
The
Don't
vest
flex. Don't flex.
buttons would pop off like fucking stones from a sling. It's constricting. It's annoying. Your neck itches from the necktie that she's put around you. Your sort of head itches from the fact that she's pulled your hair into a really, really tight sort of bun at the back of your head to make sure it's not flying wildly, just got a few loose strands down. She makes sure your beard is well shaved, and you're pretty sure these pants are a little bit high. But that's what she's got, and when she takes a step back, she says, "You know what, Henley? You could pass for a queen's boyfriend at this point."
I thought I was an empress's boyfriend. Did you change?
Shit.
She says, "I'm afraid M doesn't have clothes quite that fine."
Oh,
Oh, damn it.
Henley just used up his 1 IQ point for the day.
His two
All
brain
of the
cells
barbarians from his village share one brain cell, and he just used it.
Yep.
That's gone.
No, those two brain cells garnered up a lot of friction rubbing together
Yeah.
like that.
It just burned up.
But, and she smiles, and she puts her hand on your cheek and pats it. But it's good enough. You look very handsome.
Oh, thank you. You look very handsome too.
She says, "I always did have a strong air about me." And she also goes and gets dressed. She digs through her chest, happily, pulling out the nicest clothes she has. When she steps out, she is, wearing a very fine, like, form-fitting black with, like, all sorts of silver jewelry that's studded with onyxes and rubies. She looks like a sexy goth dommy mommy.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh no.
She lets her hair down, and even so, you can see she actually, it's been a long time since I've worn clothes quite like this, and she sort of pinches her stomach. I wonder if I'm getting fat. As you
No, I
see,
think it's muscle.
she's not. She is getting muscled. She's she's put on a lot of muscle mass.
I see
doing
mine
the
does
training.
it too, and I take her hand, I put it against my stomach.
All right, she blushes.
Oh god.
Bruce gave her that fucking belt of giant strength. She's probably fucking ripped.
Yeah, she does not wear it for this occasion. She just wears a sheer black dress, so she's just got a belt of giant strength around it. Going, what? It's a statement.
It's an
Dude,
accessory.
Exactly.
If Nipsey
Fucking
gets a
jack as
photo,
shit.
if Nipsey got a photo of you guys doing that, it'd be on the cover of like a cheap like Kmart
You
love novel
Nipsey
for adults.
absolutely gets a photo.
Nipsey has a camera?
You see,
Yeah.
she pulls out quite. You have quite a bit of gold between you that you hold on to, and as you're walking up the airship, you hear a voice that goes, "Carrington." Nipsey nods her head.
Something like that.
You're right, Carrington. You two look great together.
Thank
Why does
you.
Carrington speak Pokemon and Nipsey speak Carrington?
Because she built him. That's his metal as her metal husband.
Because she wants to fuck a Vaporeon.
That,
Speak
I
for
always
yourself.
Back to that, those are-
Jesus.
I asked Adelaide if I could bring Stein hers.
Do you have a choice?
She sort of.
No, she's connected to my soul, but
Yeah, I
like,
was gonna say.
I doubt they let pets in the restaurant.
I mean, she's a ghost though.
if you can keep her hidden.
think
Don't
they-
me
you
imagine
think they have
Adelaide
a-
actually trying to think of how to answer that question.
Do you think they have a no ghost policy?
I'm not
No,
sure
that
to
makes,
tell you the
that
truth.
makes sense though. Never mind.
Man, if there's a city with a lot of fucking ghosts, it's this place. Jesus Christ.
It's the ghosts of money.
And you quite a few people gather around to see you off. Your allies on the airship are there. You know, Nipsey's like, wow, you look beautiful. Let's see, Basilicus nods his head in approval. Madame Vestia's, face deep in some tarot cards, rapidly, putting them on the deck as you are departing. She holds up a tarot card, and she waves it, and she says, I predict a good meeting! As
What does
she
that
waves it around. It's a Taroka card. It could mean anything.
I know. That's why I'm asking what the hell that means. I don't know what that means.
She sort of looks dumbfounded for a moment. I'm not sure, but it's a good sign. As the two of you,
Oh, okay.
arm in arm, descend off the airship dock. Like I said, you march past several of the guards that are stationed on the airship dock, guarding it. They nod their heads. Adelaide walks with a incredible sense of purpose. She knows that she's hot shit in a champagne glass, and she knows how to show it.
I walk like I have a wedgie.
That's true. You walk, like I said, she walks like hot shit in a champagne glass. You walk like cold diarrhea in a Dixie cup.
What a fucking sentence. Christ.
Rick, I would leave the Discord call. That was like a personal attack. Oof.
No, that makes sense.
The airship docks are located in the right at the edge of the wealthy part of the city, because obviously, if the only people that are on an airship and docking it are wealthy people,
Once you can afford it.
ones that can afford to have an airship and dock it.
I'm trying to sneak in.
Like I said, the fact that they charge a bunch to dock it usually doesn't mean shit, because if you can afford an airship, well, you can afford to dock it. And you walk out into the city, heading immediately to the glittering corner. And Venta, you say about that time you're slinking back in?
Yeah.
Alright. You make your way back to the airship, and you can see the 4 people that follow you go and they talk to the guards outside of your airship. And then they turn around and leave. Within the next half hour, it looks like the guards outside your airship have doubled.
Oh man.
Wow, thanks, asshole.
I didn't mean for that to happen. I just thought it was gonna be funny.
The actual trip into the glittering corner for the two of you does not go quite as poorly as it did with Venta.
I was trying to make it go poorly though.
We
know.
They do. They
Good job.
notice you, but you can see at this point, Adelaide is putting on a performance. I'll have to roll a performance check for her. All right. She is, at the end of the day, being a leader, being an emperor, being here, being rich. There's a air of performance about it. And you can see the way she sort of lifts her head up, puts her shoulders back, and she stares at the guards and the people around her with such icy disdain, as if she is better than them in every way, and even these people that are well decked out, well clothed, looking at them like they are peasants. That's the performance that she puts on, and she's good at it. And to the extent where whenever she looks over you, she has the same look at you. But it is a performance, and it's one that gets, accepted. That's kind of the way you have to look. Whenever
I try to imitate it.
all right, you can make a
Oh no.
I'll make a performance check with advantage. since you're imitating. She's giving you an example, and she got a 32 on her performance. So
Oh, I hope this is really bad. An 18.
hey, it's not bad.
I'm
You
shocked.
you try to do so as well. It's harder for you for you to just look at people that probably are a lot wealthier than you and act like they're peasants.
Yeah, but I'm wealthy where it counts, and muscles.
Sure. You are certainly a lot bigger than most of the people here. Pretty much all of them, save a fair couple of the guards that appear to be like Goliaths, maybe. And that sort of air sort of means they don't bother you that much. One of the guards does come up and talk to you as he says, he can almost feel, like I said, this performance, as he says, I would have recognized two such beautiful and handsome people coming around the Glittering Corner more often, or if you had done it before, you must be new to the city.
Yeah, I've been here for about a day.
Adelaide nods her head and says, it has been a very trying today. So far, I can't say I'm particularly impressed. Would you say you're impressed?
Is she asking me?
She does turn to you and say, would you say you're impressed?
I go, yeah, no. I kind of look at her as I realize what I'm supposed to say. No,
Okay.
I can't say that I am.
The guard's face kind of crinkles, and he seems a little bit crestfallen at that, as she turns to him and says, black granite. What, you couldn't spring for a little bit of marble amongst these squat buildings? And quaint patisseries. Is that... She sort of eyes... silk? It's out of fashion, darling. This town, this city, I thought would be a little bit more impressive. I mean, she's putting on her rich person
And I go,
performance.
my mahogany wood.
She nods her head. Ugh. How common.
I don't. Kind of. No, it'd be. This is the desert. They have like cedar or something, right?
The thing is, all wood here is uncommon.
Yeah. Okay. I was just naming a wood that doesn't even make sense.
All wood here is uncommon. That's why almost all their buildings are stone. The only wood that is common would be, or close to common, is like palm wood from palm trees, things like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But she just has this, like I said, it is a performance, but it is a performance that she's able to almost, perhaps distressingly easy for her to just slip into that. And she says, I suppose, perhaps, there are impressive sights. You seem pretty smart. How long have you worked for this? For the city? How long have you been a guard in the Glittering Corner? As he says, 5 years. This is 5 years, ma'am, sir. Perhaps there's someone with a little bit more experience with the establishments in the Glittering Corner, but I would prefer an expert on where the actual fine eateries are instead of some rookie walking a beat. And almost immediately he kind of gets defensive and says, I know where everything good is.
Man, our troop is really giving these guards a hard time today.
I'm actively avoiding the
Probably
guards, and
their most
everyone else
eventful
is
week
making
they've
it
had.
bad.
Well, perhaps if that's the case, we can make it worth your time to tell us. As she pulls out a couple of gold pieces and says, what is your name? As he sort of stammers, Yurik? Well, Yurik, here's 10 gold pieces. I'm sure that a city this average, 10 gold pieces can go quite a long ways. That's for you if you take us to the best restaurant. I'm not talking about the place that most people go to, or the one that people rave about, or you hear constant rave about. I want to go where the bishop goes. And she sort of smiles. And that is a check for her. I'm gonna make that I'll make that I would say her performance and her intimidation, or her persuasion and intimidation are both the same.
Would she get a better intimidation check with advantage because I'm big and behind her?
She could, yeah. Alright.
I guess.
She rolls, like I said, I haven't set it to the public roll, but she did roll. And you can see you sort of lift yourself up, you try to make yourself look big. The suit strains, almost. And she sort of says, and I'd hate to feel like that 10 gold pieces we gave you was wasted. I'm afraid if we have to come back for it, we're gonna take more than 10 gold pieces. Well, I'm not, but my friend here...
I don't like that, though.
And that's, good enough. She got a 26 on her intimidation.
I don't like any of this.
And she sort of...
afraid.
She smiles, and he sort of nods his head. Right, of course. The finest establishment, of course. As he turns and he starts walking down the west, as she puts her arm into her arm, and she sort of smiles, and she leans up and she kisses you on the cheek and says, "It's just that easy."
And I whisper back, "What's an eatery?"
She says, "Oh, you're gonna find out." Oh no. Have you ever tried an all-night buffet?
Oh no.
What's a buffet?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Adelaide turns around, bends over, spreads cheeks.
You pass by some very, very fine establishments that have many, many people moving to and from and
No,
in and out of them.
I go, "Do you mean a buffet?"
What, like Warren?
No.
Yeah, we're
Like-
gonna get- we're gonna get
like
buffeted
Jimmy.
by food.
And they lead you past the, the actual, like, big establishments that have many people going out. They're all lit up. They have wonderful smells coming to and from them. And they actually take you away into sort of the back end of the Glittering Corner. To a small eatery. You can see the people going into here are not numerous. They are quite, all just decked to the nines. What you do see, not tons of people that are going into it, not more than a handful. What you do see is a lot of guards, all sort of stationed out front of it. Many of them are wearing very similar clothing to this. They have scale mail that's tinged blue, sort of flat-topped helms. But a bunch of them look like personal guards, wearing different sigils, bodyguards likely of some sort. And you sort of get the feeling this is the place because it is guarded. It's guarded like a bank vault, essentially. The air smells wonderful. It smells of sort of fine roasting meats and baking breads, and whenever you step in through the doorway, almost immediately there's this sort of warping sensation as you don't step just into a building, you step into a clearly, probably a pocket dimensional space. The air is no longer dry and hot, it's fairly cool to warm, it's moist. You can see the ceiling is glass domed and there's moonlight that streams through it. You can hear the gentle patter of rain on these glass panels, the night skies above it. It's small still, it's bigger than you would expect for the building you walk into, but still no more than 15, 20 tables. dim lights, each one lit with, it appears to be candles that are burning with ever-burning flames, casting, like, very dim light throughout the place. Whenever you walk in, almost immediately, nobody comes to greet you, but what does happen is little footsteps, illusory footsteps, appear in front of you, walking towards a table.
Is it an unseen servant?
You suspect so.
Okay.
Its feet basically enchanted, so you know that it's there and where it talks to you, and you will follow the footsteps. As a voice looks at you up and down, and he says, two. Quaint little party. And both the chairs sort of slowly pull backwards.
Fancy.
Thank you. We strive for only the best.
Clearly.
What will you be having to drink tonight?
I look at Adelaide and I go, what are we having to drink?
What do we, she sort of says, I think we'll start with, do you have a wine list? And they sort of hand her a list and she looks through it. You can see there's, at the bottom, marked down at, like, 5 silver pieces, there's some Ile de Royhan wine.
What?
Oh, no.
That's funny.
I go, I recognize that one.
Oh, you don't want to order that, it's gone bad.
Oh, oof.
I thought we fixed it.
They don't know that.
Alright, I thought Adelaide said that to me. Never mind. My bad. Sorry.
Might I suggest for this evening's course is a strong, bold red, as he points to a, one that's got, 20 gold pieces per cup, or 20 gold per bottle, which is around the middle, which is a lot for a bottle of wine, obviously.
Isn't that like a $2,000 bottle of wine?
It's very expensive. Not the most
Holy
expensive
shit.
on the list. In fact, she sort of shakes her head and says, no, I recognize that vintage. Perhaps something a little bit more robust. And she picks one that's slightly more expensive. That one will do. And obviously a glass of ice water. Ice in the desert? We can do that. And your meal
Okay.
begins. Like I said, you don't have a menu to choose from. A restaurant like this doesn't.
We get served whatever they have.
You
for
get
that day,
served what they're serving, and it is basically like a Michelin level dining experience where you get like a dozen basically courses that are all sort of small, each perfectly executed, meant to go one after the other. All in all, it is a very expensive meal, however. Totaling up, it's gonna be 100 gold per person.
Okay.
Which you can afford, obviously. You are elitely wealthy. The chatter is quiet. You feel that the unseen servant is always there, ready to be becked and called, but it never feels obtrusive. He is, at the end of the day, a perfect waiter. Unseen, but always there. You know, it's perfect waiter.
Man, I wish all waiters were unseen sometimes.
And you look around, and
Yeah,
you
Connor.
see there is a... like I said, despite the fact that it's a small place, all the tables are filled with just the elite of the elite.
Do they look like they're all from this city, or is this extra dimensional space connect to like everywhere?
Roll a perception check for me.
$17.
They look almost all to be from the region. It's most like I said. The humans there are sort of darker skinned. They've got like olive and tan skins and dark eyes and dark hair, and they wear really nice, flowing, brightly colored robes and things like that. You do see a couple of people. You look like you see some elves, sort of fair-skinned, wearing like silks and things like that. But it's by far the mostly people from Baz Kulhar, and you kind of get the feeling that it doesn't connect to everywhere. It's likely that these are also people that left Stahlreich or the region, and they just have a lot of money, essentially.
Okay.
You do see a man there. He is wearing a sort of... he has a less haughty demeanor. He has almost like a disinterested, somewhat bored demeanor. And he sits, of all the tables, his is the one that is actually the largest because it has maybe a half dozen seats around him, and they are all filled with women. All of them beautiful, well-dressed, that quietly eat their food as he sort of looks around the actual table. He looks like this.
One sec.
His eyes just scan the actual restaurant, noting everyone, like he's remembering faces, like he's taking in people, taking in their demeanor.
Does he look kind of like princely, from what I can tell? I mean, I see what he looks like, but I'm asking.
He looks very wealthy. Yes, he has the same demeanor as Adelaide, almost disinterested and above it.
Okay, and
he is surrounded by beautiful women, and yet he just...
And they look like they're part of his party?
Yes, they're all gathered at the same table. And he just seems above
tables around him, so I was just making sure that they were all...
Yep, they're all on the same table as him. Completely disinterested, barely picks at his food. Wearing, like I said, he looks extremely handsome. He wears the finest clothing, although it's a lot less adorned than you would expect it to be compared to some of the people here. I need...
How close is he to us?
It's gotta be within 20 to 30 feet.
Okay. What do you need?
I was gonna say, double check.
Well, no, actually, I asked Adelaide if she knows who that is, because she knows random rich people.
She will roll a history check. She's not met him, but she may have heard of him. She eyes him, and it takes her a little bit to think about it. I haven't ever met him, but... she eyes the clothing, and she sort of looks back to the doorway. I think that is the Bishop Usul. I mean, that was the description Father gave me. I also need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Hey, Connor, you know how we've been
I'm
saying
afraid.
we're gonna fucking die?
A wisdom saving throw, you said?
Yep.
I don't like this.
Alright.
Oh boy. Goodbye.
Okay. You can see he just scans the room, and his eyes sort of narrow on you and Adelaide for a moment, and he just sort of watches you.
Do I notice it?
You do see him pause looking at you.
I wave. Not like snidely thing, I like actually like genuinely wave, because I just see him catch my eye.
Okay. And he looks at you for a moment, and you wave. and then his eyes sort of turn away from you, and you immediately know he was detecting your thoughts. How deep he got, you don't know, but you do know whenever someone uses detect thoughts. And Adelaide also sort of turns towards you and says, "Did you feel that?"
I'm mind fucking you right now.
I got a question. Aruna and Ito, have any of you guys ever detected my thoughts before?
Ito has absolutely cast detect thoughts on everybody in this party.
So okay, so I know what that. I was asking, so I know.
No,
I know what that feels like.
Yep, you know what that feels like.
Okay.
Ito has absolutely done that. I don't. Can Aruna do that?
I don't have it.
Yeah, I didn't think you had that spell. I think it's just me.
Okay. Well, then I know what that.
No,
means.
I've definitely done it when we were in the Wickstadt. Vishtat. Thank you.
Definitely just read your thoughts. Don't know exactly how deep they went.
Should I say? Girl, like I was like, should I say something?
Wait a minute. Hold on. He read Henley's thoughts? Oh no.
He read the thoughts of he's going around reading the thoughts of everybody and detecting thoughts on everybody in the actual building, the actual restaurant. You can see Adelaide sort of nods her head. I don't think this is the right place or time for that.
I mean, I assume that's rude.
She.
Man, I don't know how rich people are.
Was gonna get us killed.
She nods
I
her
don't know
head.
how rich people are, so like I don't know if like that's normal for you guys.
It is quite rude, but some people. She sort of looks over at him. Some people get a lot of leeway to be rude in certain circumstances. She actually sounds a little bit nervous.
Colin, can I ask a question?
Yep.
Is this, you keep saying this is like a restaurant, but for some reason I keep getting like a
It is an extra
old-timey jazz
It's like an
club
extra
kind of-
dimensional eating experience. It's not as simple as a restaurant.
Okay. What
I
a
don't know how to
sentence.
react to that.
What a sentence.
I know,
Okay.
right?
Is it like medieval times, but like in medieval times?
They do not, you have to eat with your hands, but they do serve Pepsi, so...
Oh no, this is hell.
Is Pepsi okay? And I shoot the waiter and I go, Pepsi!
Pepsi is never okay. Colin, am I there? Is Zara there?
We're getting to that, don't worry.
Oh
Okay.
no. Damn it, I
Okay.
wasn't ready for this. Okay.
So while I'm sitting there, I see how she is, and you say like 20, 30 feet away from me.
Yeah,
How loud is it in here?
not loud at all, it's quite quiet. There's talking, but it's all sort of quiet and muted.
I kind of look up and go, sir? Does he get his attention?
Oh no.
Oh no! We thought Max would kill us. It was Rick all along.
His head turns towards you, and he
I
tilts
go-
it slightly, and he smiles.
I go, I don't mean to be rude to you, but can you not detect our thoughts, please? You're making my girlfriend uncomfortable.
Oh boy.
I don't think I've ever heard Henley use the word please.
He
I don't
smiles.
think I've ever heard Henley say girlfriend.
He smiles, and his eyes narrow, and you can see grins more broadly. He says, "Does it make you uncomfortable?"
Yeah, obviously.
Me, personally, no. But it makes me uncomfortable that you're making her uncomfortable. I would just appreciate if you didn't do it. I'm sure you have your reasons, but I would appreciate it.
He inclines his head and says, "I know everything I need to know."
I say, thank you, and I return to my meal.
He's just sort of smiles. He doesn't feel the need to do anything else. He doesn't need to confront you, or he doesn't feel like he needs to confront you over that or feel bad. He just merely continues watching the room. you can see that his eyes. Roll an insight check.
Man, so far beneath him, he doesn't even bother.
A 3.
Great.
The thing
And-
you say that, you get the feeling that's almost what it is. He does not find your thoughts interesting enough to continue probing them.
Well, that was her. I don't care if he does mine.
He knows everything he needs to know about her. Not
Oh no! Oh no!
not
No, he-
long after
He probably knows. I mean, there's no way.
you see Henley was around when Henley around when Zara was around?
I don't remember.
Zara was around during the Joseph Smoke era
Then no, I was not. That was after I left.
because we mark time with the passage of Max's characters.
I've only
Because
changed twice.
we're
Or once.
Yeah, you should
We
use
were-
me. You should use me instead.
we
I mean,
were
yeah,
in
you
the
can check 'em off both,
volcano.
really.
We were in the volcano last time Zara was around, I believe, weren't we? Or was it the capital? I don't remember. Which
We were in the capital.
I don't fucking
capital.
remember.
Thank you.
And I left
Ito
in
was
the capital.
Ito was about
Oh,
to
yeah,
accept
yeah.
a bounty on Zara's head.
I remember it because the part.
And then Zara
the-
ran off with the storm giant girl, whose name escapes me.
Yeah, the Parzula
Got it,
like
got it.
ambassador
Her name was Rena.
there.
Rena, that's right.
Yeah, didn't Adelaide fuck the Parzula like
Ambassador, yeah.
ambassador? It was
You-
that part.
You
Yeah.
know it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And then Ito was about to accept a bounty on Zara's head, and then Zara ran off with Rena, the cloud giant, storm giant,
She's Cloud Giant.
cloud giant.
But yes, that is what happened. That was all many months ago. At this point, in game time, it's literally months and months ago. In real world time, it's a long fucking time ago. He does. You don't feel him probing your thoughts, or doesn't look. He does continue to keep an eye on the room, but doesn't seem. It seems like he was not particularly upset by you telling him to stop. He just sort of smiled and nodded, inclined his head, as if he's just basically humoring you and agreeing to do it. Eventually, after your meal is going, a woman walks in. She has sort of dark skin. I forget what Zara looks like. Dark skin, short hair, part Earth Ganassi.
She's an Earth Ganassi. She has like black, like actual black skin, like jet or obsidian. She doesn't have any hair, but she has like gold filigree, like those Japanese vases that are intentionally broken and they're filled in with gold. She has that going across her body.
Right. Zara Aldin.
Although that being said, she almost never looks like that. She masks herself a lot.
Steps in.
Am I switching? Oh, I can't switch character sheets.
Nope. Zara's in PC mode now, so.
Now I'm terrified.
She
Previously, I was just scared.
leans in and walks straight over to the table with the Bishop Usul, and sort of he looks up at her, and she leans in and whispers something into his ear as he nods his head slightly, folds his napkin on his plate and stands up, and almost immediately the rest of his party stands up, their heads sort of slightly downturned, as he says, "An excellent meal. My compliments." And he turns and he walks out the door very quickly with Zara in tow. He does pause for a moment to look back at, not you, Henley, but at Adelaide, and he to Adelaide nods his head with a smile, and turns and walks out the door.
Do I see that?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
No, I know. I think she'd tell me if she read her mind. I was gonna say.
He did not try to
Do
read
I
her
know
mind.
that's the bishop?
Probably.
Or do I have a feeling?
She
I thought Adelaide
told you
told
that
you.
she thinks it's the
Right.
bishop.
Does everyone in here know that's the bishop too? Then.
Oh God, yes.
Oh yeah.
I say, bye, bishop. Or no, it was nice meeting you, Mr. Bishop. That's what I say.
He doesn't say anything. He's already walking out the door, but everyone here knows it was the bishop.
It was my first time meeting him, so.
He passes through the doorway, and you can see several of the guards, all the guards wearing the blue scale mail, turn and they start following him, as his trail of lady concubines follow behind, including Zara.
So very inconspicuous.
No,
I don't think he cares to be.
Why? Yeah, why would he need to be?
His city.
Does the guard kind of thin out when he leaves a lot, or is it still pretty heavily guarded?
It's still got significant guard presence, but it does thin quite a bit. There's a lot of personal like bodyguards and things like that.
Okay. He seems nice.
She nods his head and says, "He is the richest person in the world." And she continues eating. She's got a lot on her mind. So she actually eats a little bit quietly.
I might go.
Interesting
so,
evening.
Eventually, I'll go. I think he knows.
I know he knows. It's very astute of you. I'm pretty sure he knows as well. And to tell you the truth, I get the feeling he knew before he even bothered with us.
Should we just be forthcoming then, or you think you should still
I think
be Hildy?
I think it would still be wise, in general, to be Hildy, but there's no point if they come looking to speak to me, to pretend I'm not there.
I was gonna ask you next. Do you think they're gonna send for you? Or
Perhaps.
us?
Maybe. Who can say?
You think he's a friend or a foe?
I don't know.
Well,
He has his motivations.
I guess we'll find out. Colin,
Yep.
how close were Cody and Tommy's characters to him?
To the bishop.
Yeah, didn't they? Because they were from.
They were from what?
They're from here, aren't they?
Oh, Cody and Aru? No.
No,
You're talking about Tolinyag and
Oh, Tolinyag.
Tolinyag.
No,
No,
they're from
They're
Jinma.
from the Jinma dynasty.
Jinma
Oh, my bad. You're right.
Fucking-
Sorry.
Yeah,
yeah,
different.
They probably would have passed through Parzula, but they definitely not from here.
I was gonna ask, did Burnesh ever mention this city? It's on the coast, right?
I mean,
Or does he avoid this place?
this is the type of place that is a little bit out of his wheelhouse.
Okay. Or okay.
He did not mention Parzula, except if he did, it was in passing.
What was it noticeably avoided?
No,
Could we
no,
recall?
I just
Okay.
don't. It just never really came up.
I gotcha. Okay.
You do know, like I said, he's been all around the globe. He went to the Ile de Royhan. He's
Sure.
probably been to Katstadt because he talked about pirates and stuff. All right, you step. Your meal ends, and you, like I said, it's total of 100 gold per.
I'm 200 gold lighter now because of that.
You're not actually. As you move to do it and says, your meal was paid for by the bishop.
And I ask, is that common?
Oh, God, no.
Wait, I go, mine too? Not just hers?
Both of your meals were comped. They were paid for.
Is there any way I can tell him thank you?
He sort of, you don't hear any voice that says yes, they just say, that's unnecessary.
Okay.
All right, and you step out into the
Like a
night
fucking
sky.
chimpanzee with a minigun.
What'd you say?
Said you're like a fucking chimpanzee with a minigun.
You step out into the night sky.
We thought Max was gonna get us killed.
I
Always,
was very nice to him.
always bet on the jarhead, apparently.
I was very nice to him.
Did Ito know that Aruna went to help Reed?
Yeah.
Alright, if he knew that, he'd probably join you eventually after he got bored.
Well,
But I did want to
right.
see if anybody was staking out the airship.
Were we
Oh,
still
there's
meeting back up?
now 8 people staking out the airship.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, we couldn't leave even if we wanted to.
Not
Alright.
not secretly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally the fucking Dai Li are up our asshole. If they weren't already, they for sure are now.
Dai
Jesus
Li.
Christ.
There's
Yeah,
absolutely
no,
basically
Tom is
that's
pretty
right.
accurate. The Dai Li are... If the Dai Li were actually Gestapo,
Yeah, but no, really, are we meeting back up or no?
Remember,
It's important.
remember
there
we're
is no
supposed
war
to
in
do that.
Boston Say.
I said in like a certain amount of time we should just meet back up. Like,
Yeah, so I was asking
in
if
the
that plan was
refugee area.
still going or not because of what happened and all this stuff.
yeah, that is fine.
It's a
If
mad.
Reed wants to stay here, I'll go.
Yeah,
but,
it's like
you know.
a mad. It's basically not only is Usul / Ursula an extremely ancient, powerful blue dragon, it is one that has literally as much wealth as the world could ever have.
Wait, do I know he's a dragon?
Yeah, everyone knows that Usul is the dragon. At this point, it's been kind of figured out.
Okay. Oh.
It's like, I'm not just a dragon, I'm a dragon that is literally, can pay for literally anything in the entire world.
Oh, well, Oh, I talked to... So, okay then. So when Adelaide and I are leaving, I'm like... I look at her, I go... I stood up to a dragon.
She pats you on the shoulder. You sure did, didn't you?
I did.
So cute.
Like, it's like, wait, haven't we already killed dragons?
Yeah, but I've never stood up to one by myself.
And a rich one.
Yeah, oh, he is rich.
Filthy rich.
Oh, go me.
Go you. As she sort of wraps her arm around you and pulls you close. That was a nice night.
I thought I was gonna ruin it when I told the bishop to fuck off.
No, I think you made it even better.
Thank you.
And she smiles as you walk down the strip of basically the glittering corner. The lights are basically they're like magical street lights that glow as you walk beneath them, and you have a nice little walk. There are guards on every corner, and they sort of all nod their heads as you pass by. One of the nice things about having guards in every corner is you never have to worry about cut purses or thieves or anyone bothering you or trying to stop. Not that Henley couldn't just smack them off the back of their hands, but it's still an inconvenience. And you have a nice
At this point, Adelaide could
stroll.
just smack him in the back of her hand.
She realistically, she very much could.
Does Adelaide notice that?
You find a
That they're
nice
no longer being bothered?
that what?
Does Adelaide notice that they're no longer being bothered by beggars or cut purses?
I mean, obviously you're in the glittering corner. There's guards on every corner and guards patrolling the walk, so that's not going to happen here.
Okay. Sorry, I missed that part. I thought that was because they were being followed.
No.
My mistake. Go ahead.
You don't see anyone tailing you, but like I said, there's a guard on literally every corner, so they don't really have to. You walk by one every, 100 feet or so. And there is a small little, like, park, at the edge of the river that you're able to go sit in for a while beneath the moonlight. And there's other people there. There's what appears to be very large fireflies that float through there, and they're approach, and you just sort of sit there. She rests her head on your shoulder, and it's quiet. You're in the part of the river that doesn't smell like shit, so it just smells, like a park. And you have a nice sit down. You talk, and you you do talk about what the Bishop Usul wants and things like that. She's not sure. She gets the feeling that, and you go over what you already talked about. She gets the feeling, yeah, they definitely know that it's me. And she gets the feeling that he kind of knew anyways.
Well, eventually I tell her I need to go back and get my actual clothes on because we gotta meet back up with them.
She sort of looks down at the dress as she says, "It is a little bit uncomfortable. I wouldn't have said that months ago, but at this point, I'm actually surprised." And so the two of you get up and you go back to the airship and get into standard clothing.
While we're doing that, I do get on the earpiece, and I say, "So we had a lovely night. We spoke to the bishop, and he knows."
You know.
He knows about well, I'd say Adelaide.
Oh, well, that I figured that was going to happen eventually, anyways.
Yeah, he.
I mean,
Let me warm up my vocal cords. Fuck. Anyway.
Yeah, he detected our thoughts, so I don't know if we need to find a way to
That's-
stop that.
that's a little rude.
That's what I said. But no, really, I don't know if you magic people, if you know a way to stop people from probing at least her mind. Since we know that since I know that's now a thing.
Yeah.
That might
A
happen.
Magneto helmet.
I mean,
You know,
yeah.
my brain, Charles.
Mighty smart. All right.
Yes.
You absolutely are able to go, and eventually meet up wherever. I know if you want to, it can be the library, since there's a bunch of people there.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think we were ever given a meetup spot, so
Library
Since
works.
there's a bunch of people converging there.
We don't invite Venta because he has attracted too much attention, so we kick him out of the party.
and he's a stinky poo-poo head.
I've heard that too.
No, Venta can
I'll
come
stay
too.
home. Oh, okay. I'll promise not to cause any trouble.
Thank you.
Oh, what a nice guy.
All right. You can see you are able to head to the library. They're not far from the air. Like I said, there's quite a few libraries, but the one that they're at is basically almost like a cathedral. It's very close to the airship docks. And you are able to make your way there. At this point, Reed, like, the day shift has like swapped over. You're there like on the night shift now. There's a lot less librarians and things like that, but there's still one that is there. He is like serving you, bringing you hot water. It's like he appears to be an elderly man. He's got wild hair, thick glasses. He walks with a stoop. He's got sort of grayish robes on it. It looks like he would not be able to carry a book. It looks like he would like just crumple under carrying one, and yet he's brought in multiples of large tomes. He is clearly not as frail as he looks. Anytime you need anything, he leans in close and says, "I bring you more water, young man. Is there any other books you need? You remind me of my grandson. He's a little bit taller than you, but..."
Indeed, it's all right. I'm good. I've still got a large enough stack to go through already.
Well, you must be getting hungry. I'm going to bring you
okay?
some lemon cakes.
Reed's getting lemon cakes. I want that.
But, like,
Well,
Reed's
maybe
getting
you should-
drugged, right?
Maybe you
Wait,
should
yeah,
have took on
he's
the
gotta
library
be.
then instead of pissing off the police.
He sort of says, "They're my grandson's favorite." And he goes, and he's like super nice. He brings you all sorts of like confections. He brings you tea. He talks about his family. He's like, oh, I wasn't always a librarian, but my daughter grew up and moved out the house, and it was big and lonely, and I really wanted a sense of purpose, so I became a librarian. I always did love the written word. He's that sort of guy. He's like a nice grandfatherly type. Alright. But eventually, at nighttime, after everybody meets up at the library, you're able to go over what you've come across.
Yeah, so far the only thing I found out is that the people in charge of infrastructure kept on getting arrested or murdered. A lot of changeover.
Do you know
Is there
why?
anybody durable left?
Before we discuss that too much, did anyone check to see if there's anybody that followed us in here, or anybody who's listening or watching?
You did have some guards tailing you.
This is the meetup spot.
They did not
Yeah,
follow
we're
you
just gonna
inside.
meet up at the library.
The only person there is that sort of comes and goes is like the elderly librarian. Whenever you all appear, he's like, "My, I'll have to bring more hot water. Do you like tea?"
That's fine.
He smiles and says, "Tea all around. I also have, I'm afraid, not many lemon cakes, but I've got some fine cookies. It's nice to have people to look after again, ever since my daughter moved out." And and like I said, he almost has like a doddering old grandpa kind of feel about him. Super happy to serve and things like that.
Gotcha.
He almost, at this point, he almost becomes a waiter. He like excitedly waits in the room for you to give him like, go get this book, or hey, we could use some more hot tea. Then he just kind of waits there.
Gotcha. Also, Ito, you want to do detect magic to make sure we're not getting divined?
I think
Or somebody.
if we are, I don't think we can stop it.
Oh,
Yeah, but
I'm
we can at
aware.
least know.
That's
Just
fair.
be nice to know.
Sure.
Alright, you're using detect magic?
Yeah. Do I have to upcast that? I don't think so.
I mean, you just able to detect the presence of magic within 30 feet of you.
Yeah.
Oh boy. You cast detect magic, and there is indeed some magic in the room. As you turn, you see the old man has an illusion magic on him, the librarian, as he stands there, sort of looking happily at you.
Yeah, probably
Fantastic.
nothing.
Oh,
Rick, you're on fire today, buddy.
Thank you.
so you're gonna inform us, Ito, or just gonna?
Is he
Yeah.
lingering?
Yeah, he's been
He's
lingering
been-
the whole
he's-
time.
Okay.
He's literally doting on us, like hand and foot.
He's been super
Yes.
nice.
And Henley has let us know what happened at dinner. What let us all know. Okay.
Yeah. I'll give them the full rundown if they want it.
No.
Try to be
no.
semi-sneaky and have us figure stuff out before we start discussing the plan.
Yeah, but I will look at the old man and I will smile and I will let him know that I also enjoy mingling with the people that I rule over. However, I don't believe I've ever thought to do it in quite that fashion.
I feel like you've gotten the wrong idea about me, young man.
I may, but I'm reasonably confident.
We told you we'd be in touch with you.
Oh, that's scary. Okay.
Oh,
Can I?
If you're
Can
worried
I
that I
check?
am...
Can I check that? I want to make sure this isn't like a triple agent or some shit.
Yeah, you can roll an insight check. Telling the truth, as far as you can tell.
Fuck, I got a 6. Okay.
He, says, we told you, someone would find you, and so we have. But I'm afraid if you think I'm the good Bishop Usul, you're quite wrong. I don't think he'd stoop so low as to bother with such a motley crew.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. He read my mind a few hours ago.
Well, you found us.
And also,
What should-
if you're with the group we think you are, you may find it better to talk to the monk over here and then our other friend Klaus here. They have a little bit of connection to you in some way,
Oh,
shape,
I
or
know.
form. Okay. I figured.
I am a representative of the underground of Parzula. M has been quite forthcoming when speaking of you, and quite praiseworthy. Surprising. Whenever I knew him, he was always such a downer. Of course, it's been years and years since he was back, so I guess time will change.
Yeah, I'm often told that I should assume I'm not the smartest person in the room, but these days I'm starting to realize that everybody and their brother knows everything about us.
I mean, why wouldn't they? You came in with M, who's been traveling with you for forever, in a city that is filled
No,
with
Ito says that to the group.
Well, I mean, okay, if we were inconspicuous and came in on foot, like wearing traveler's clothes and not in a fucking airship, I mean...
I don't think that would have
Yeah,
helped
we did
things.
make quite an entrance.
I
but
do not think that would have helped things.
he smiles as he says, "Of course, M has told us all about you. I even thought perhaps he could be the one to keep tabs on you, but he said he has other business to attend to within the city. Instead, you get me. I'm afraid I am... well, may not truly appear as doddering and old as I am in this form, but I am quite old. And quite kind. That wasn't a lie. I do have a daughter and a grandson."
Wait, do we have a feeling this guy's also a dragon?
No.
No.
Okay.
He keeps on bringing up his grandson. Maybe.
The Bishop Usul's is the same dragon that's been alive for the past forever years, so...
Yeah, I know. I didn't
No, I
know.
mean-
Maybe, he was,
M-
maybe
but
he was another
M-
dragon
Maybe we
within
should
the city.
ask him about his grandson.
I mean, you could, but, instead he, says, "Tea, anyone?"
Or he just holds out the mug
I'll-
or cup or
I'll
whatever.
take some tea, but I'm not going to drink it. I want to inspect it for poison,
Sure,
or any kind of drugs or anything laced.
sure. If you've got magic, you can detect poison. If you want to, if you have, like,
I just
detect
drink it.
poison... Tastes like tea?
And I am, I believe, trained in poisoner's kit.
Yeah, you can
Just
probably,
sit here and drink your
yeah.
goddamn tea.
make an intelligence
Or
poisoner's tools check.
Is M doing well?
He won't. Gracie, that's what happens when you chew your own toes.
15.
Quite well. He won't shut up about the adventures he's had over the past decades. Likes to say, I got to meet...
Like our journeys.
He says, I got to meet the emperor of an entire country. Little shit. Damn kids, am I right?
Would he be your grandson?
Oh god, no. If I had a time travel spell and he was my grandson, I'd go back in time and kill my own daughter. That's a joke. I wouldn't actually do that. But he's not my grandson.
Wow!
That got dark quite quick.
Crockwell, how you doing?
My grandson has not... I specifically went out of my way to make sure he became a merchant.
That's obviously a much better vocation.
Yes, he's currently apprenticing under a merchant in the Artisan Bay. There's no need for him to be running around the stinking sewers for his life, breathing in sewer gas and rising every morning covered in muck and grime. I want something better for my grandson. Now, as for as for M, he is currently busy. But I'll see that he gets in touch with you soon, once he's done being debriefed. But yeah, he's here, he's been watching. He says, I hope you don't mind me being around. We are not your enemy in any way, shape, or form. We exist as seekers and purveyors of information. We have no allegiance to anyone outside of the truth. You understand?
Do you know why we're here?
M has talked to us about
Told
it.
you. Okay.
As I said, we hold no allegiance to the Bishop Usul, nor do we consider him an enemy. He uses us as his tool, and sometime we use him. That's simply the way that it is. But yeah, he just sort of smiles quietly, and he says, but he sort of looks on and says, I apologize for having interrupted to this meeting that you appear to have called together.
Okay. If you guys are so devoted to information, would you be willing to share some with us?
What the fuck is going on with these maps? You've been standing here for 3 hours, old man, help me!
He says, that depends on what you're willing to pay.
I doubt gold is what you're looking for.
This is Par Zugla. We have gold.
What are you after?
Same thing as always. Information.
What kind of information do you need?
Look, last time I traded information, a dragon screwed me over.
We want
So-
to know everything about the current war in Stahlreich. Who's in charge? What sort of plans are being undertaken? Where the refugees have been located? We find it interesting. And we do have a
Leave
very...
your palace and go there yourself and see. Maybe take some troops and soldiers with you.
We're not...
They don't act on information correctly. They just collect it. That's why my grandfather broke away from them all those years ago.
Are they gonna prevent us from acting on it?
No, they don't. They're...
I was asking Klaus.
Well, no.
Alright, cool.
Like I said, they don't hold allegiance to the Bishop Uxul. They don't hold allegiance against him.
Well, if M's told them what we're looking for, does he have it?
The
bishop?
If it's in the city, he owns it.
Figures. Okay. I guess we already knew that.
Yeah, either way we're going through him to get it.
Now
I mean,
we
he
can.
might come for us at this rate.
He says, now I would say there are some places that are more likely for it to be housed than others.
Or like a secret.
Do you even know what it is? Like,
Nope.
Well,
fuck.
I mean like a secret lair in the aqueducts or something like that. Considering all the missing architects and such.
I want to make sure if we don't even know what it is, do we even know if he knows he has it?
He's,
Or are we just assuming he does?
You're assuming he has it.
Okay.
So
I mean-
I have an actual question.
Yeah.
Do we assume that Bishop Usul is somehow behind the architect murders, or are we like in the dark?
Oh,
on
yeah.
that?
Oh yeah, big time.
Okay.
This
so-
is H.H. Holmes defending the layout of his design.
Okay, I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
full stop, full stop. That or somebody is. It could be these guys actually.
Well, yeah, that's why I was asking you because I don't know if we know if he's evil or not. I guess is the way I'm putting it, or if the architects are evil, or whatever.
Information we are willing to part with for trade, obviously. You know more specifics about the things we want, and we're more than happy to trade you the things you want to know for the things that we want to know.
Which corner of the city are we in again?
This is in the rich district, the rich side, so you'd be
The
in
Dragon
the
Horde?
Dragon Horde.
Okay.
But not in the glittering corner, so.
Sure.
But yeah, that's what he says.
So he wants information about the war.
Yeah, they don't know all the stuff. They've never met Adelindra. They've heard of her.
Wow,
Im
look at
Im
them.
never met her. They don't know tons and tons about everything that Gen's doing. Im knows about Gen, but he didn't talk to him like you talked to him. He wasn't friends with him.
Oh well, I can't get that kind of information.
Oh, they don't
Is
know
that a
anything
lady
about the
here?
prophecy either. Then
Adelaide probably remained on the boat. I imagine she's tired.
Okay.
But like I said, they know stuff, but you don't about the war, specifically about the war and what's going on. They don't know what you know, and they want to know. So they're offering trades of information.
I mean,
Well-
yeah, war information for, prophecy information's not that big a deal.
Well, I
Well,
tell
I mean,
them we have
ask
a plan
away.
to stop it.
Yeah. Go Team Stallreich.
I don't think that's what he meant, but I say it.
He smiles and he
Ask away.
says, "Very good. You
But
don't
I'd like to see M first.
you don't mind getting a little bit dirty, do you?"
Me?
I've never
No.
stopped this before.
You can ask my girlfriend. I am dirty very often.
I'm afraid we're going to have to go into the sewers.
Okay. Well, so I assume you know a good way of ditching the tails we have, right?
Oh, that won't be a problem.
Or are they you?
Am I a tail? Not those
No,
tails.
your people.
Are you
Oh, no.
tails per hour?
Those are the bishop's people. We do have
Also-
some of our in amongst them, but not all of them.
In
And
know-
obviously, we would not give away our people that are in it just to avoid tailing.
No, that's... I'd
Wait,
like
just-
to collect Adelindra before we vanish, though.
also, if we do leave the airship unattended or Adelaide's gonna stay, would it be too much to ask for if you could put some of your own people watching our airship also to let us know if something happens?
Oh, they already are. Don't worry.
I figured. Okay.
Will your people stop him if it's something we request?
That seems unlikely.
Then we should bring Adelindra with us.
It's up to you.
mean, I say with pretty confidence. I don't. He.
You say with confidence, he.
I know. I'm trying to.
XD.
I look at this guy. Go. Do you know what he is?
The Bishop Usul.
Yes.
Of course we know what he is.
Okay. Well, I mean, I was just around him. If he really wanted to do something to Adelindra, he could have done it. Like, I don't think that's his goal.
Doesn't matter. We made a deal that she would be safe when she left her city with us.
I know.
Okay,
I
so
just
what's-
don't know if she's more safe on the airship or she's more safe with us for this moment. is what
If
I'm
we're with
saying.
her, we can respond to something that happens. If we're not, we have to respond to that happening after the fact. I would rather her be
I
with
agree
us.
with Ito.
Yeah, but we're also walking her into danger.
I mean, she was in danger the second we landed. I think that if anybody thought we were
Okay.
getting out of the city easily, they were mistaken.
That's fair. Okay, you're right. My bad.
You're good.
He says,
But you gotta remember, it's Ito's ass on the line.
you can go fetch her, but he does say the bishop is very smart and very wise. He would not do something unless he thought he had a very large amount to gain from it. Far more than he had to lose.
So he's not a gambling man.
You don't gather this much wealth just gambling, because eventually you would lose. He doesn't lose.
Got it. Still, I'd rather she be with us.
That
I mean, she
is
can't.
fair.
I was just thinking about it.
However,
Are we
we will
real
have
world-
to find a
real
way
world
to get you
question.
stealthily into the sewers.
real world question? Are we reaching cutoff time?
I mean, it's getting late, so probably soon.
Okay.
My throat's getting tired because it's been a talky one, so we will have to find that you get sneakily into the sewers.
Are there any Thrycreen here at all?
Very few, very
Okay.
very few.
Like no more than we saw throughout Stalreich?
No, they would not. They don't come here very often. Probably a little bit more, but they still mostly stay in the hives.
Do we know if it's just converging on the hives or if it's like out of fear?
What?
Do they just want to stay with the hive, or
They
do
always stay with the
avoid
hives.
this
The
place?
Thrycreen are always insulated. They've always been. They've never been big travelers out to Parzula, and they're only just starting now to do it more often.
Okay.
All right, but he says we will have to find a way to get you stealthily, sneakily into the actual sewers. Conveniently enough, I would say your friend here has found a rather opportune way, as he motions to Reed. You've been looking into and reading about the overseers of infrastructure. The current one, Luzil Min Mulak. She can see that you are escorted down. But he just nods his head and says, "You don't have to worry. She is one of ours." Okay, but yeah, you'll have to go see Luzil Min Mulak, the overseer of infrastructure. That's sort of she is in on the basically underground of Parzula. Probably like many of the other overseers before her. It's kind of hard to be in charge of that and not know or be associated with the underground. But she's young, she's hungry, she's full of spunk.
Oh no, Adelaide's gonna fuck this chick.
Maybe.
Young, dumb, and full of cum.
Let's see.
Full of chutzpah.
Full of chutzpah. Alright,
Thank you.
what, would you like to do any other discussing? But that's just sort of what he has to say.
I mean, if we want to do any, like, secret discussing, it'd be better to do it in the lair of the sneaky shadow monks than it would be in the middle of a library where the tails know we're at. Just,
And honestly, if we're gonna have any secret discussions, it should probably be aboard the ship, where we know that there's absolutely no eyes besides our own.
I don't know. If they're watching the ship, then it's probably not safe there either to discuss it.
But they're not inside of the ship, is what I mean.
well, I also do have Magnificent Mansion.
I mean,
So-
do we trust M?
I
don't
mean,
get them. So like,
I've
do we
been
trust? Do we
talking-
trust them?
I trust them more than the bishop.
It's hard
Yeah,
to
I
say.
I mean, that's fair, but
Parzula is a city of double and triple agents.
M has never done anything to counter what we're doing, I suppose.
That was my thinking.
So, but yeah, if worse
Is-
comes to worse, I can cast Magnificent Mansion, and we have a place to speak in private where we can't
That's
be
true.
seen.
That is
That's true.
The bishop is watching. Like I said, the bishop is not stupid. He's very smart. He's not a gambler. He's a businessman. / woman, depending on what form he decides to take. That's
I was gonna ask
That's what
about
he
that.
is.
When Zara knew them at first, wasn't he an older man?
yes.
This is a new facade, right?
This is the new one. This is his
Okay.
son.
Got it. Okay, but it's the same.
It's the same.
Right.
Yep, just a
Okay.
different form. But yeah, she's a businessman. She's a businesswoman. She's not a gambler.
Is the white elephant in the room known by the people?
That's
Do
it's
they
dragon.
know?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
So it really is keeping up appearances that this is a royal family line.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
that's why I asked if he
Yeah.
knew when we were going over it.
The common
I-
people, no clue.
Okay, but we know.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I am gonna really struggle with what Zara knows and what Ito knows. I apologize.
You know.
Being
Uh,
two intrigue characters in the same campaign is awful, and Beaver, you're a champion.
Obviously, the underground spy network knows.
They confirm, like they know,
They-
not suspect.
They
They
know. They know.
Okay.
At least the higher up ends know for sure. The rest probably suspect. The common man has no clue. Like I said, the common man loves the Bishop Usul.
Yeah,
Because-
because he's making them all rich.
He makes
and
them all
cares
rich.
for.
He makes sure they all have water. He, as far as they're concerned, it's a holy city. He is divinely, his family is divinely appointed. It's a divine right in this city. So yeah. He is, tells you that they're not, he says, we'll see that you're spoken to. It is late tonight, I'm afraid. We will we'll see that you're contacted on the morrow. Because it is well into night, obviously, in Parzula. You've had a nice date, you've, done a bunch of research, all that stuff, so you're not gonna worry about tonight's time. You're all probably getting tired. You need to go rest. And so, he says, we'll be in touch. I'll see that someone talks to you, or we'll see that eventually you find a way to get into the sewer through Lucille Min Mulak, who is the current overseer of infrastructure, overseer of sanitation and stuff like that, and is apparently in on the underground. And yeah, I don't know if I want to end it right there, or if you want to end with you all going back to the ship, or if you want to do anything else.
I think it sounds as good an ending as any.
All right.
Yeah.
You all gather yourselves. You have a couple of nice, fine cookies from the man, and sort of smiles. Says, "I hope you enjoyed them." Like I said, none of them were poisoned or anything. It's just, He really is like an old grandfatherly type. And you go back to the ship where most people are asleep. The only person up is the bartender, Basilicus, scrubbing what appears to be the bar down. It looks like he has made a couple of coins. It looks like Nipsey had a couple of the other airship pilots and builders on the boat for drinks to talk about airship advancements and things like that. She seems pretty excited about them. Like, wow, they're really smart and stuff like that. And you're just like, I'm going to bed. And you go to bed.
That's nice, Nipsey.
It's like, but yeah, she talked. It looks like the bar had some business, and Basilicus made a couple of coins. But we're gonna end it right there. And next week, like I said, next week you can think about the spooky Halloween game, and the week after that, we will continue with basically, I don't know. This is definitely like feels like some sort of weird political intrigue stuff. Yeah, and we'll pick it up there.